Public.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, we should be out in the world.
Disgusting.
Is the Scrotus in the game the same Scrotus that's in this movie?
No.
Is these the first words that are heard on the show? Or like, are we live?
I enjoy that the second word of the stream is Scrotus. I think that's a great start.
Excellent. Perfect. That's what we need in our lives.
Well, because I noticed there was Scrotus in the credits at the end. And I was like, oh, is that the same dude from the Mad Max
Probably
game that
not,
people
but they
hate?
put there's a Scrotus in there for sure. Yeah.
So it's yes and no is the awkward thing.
Oh,
So
that's
this
good.
is something that's what I have to get into, because the Dementis is also mentioned in the game,
Oh, okay.
except he's called Doctor Dementis, and it's literally the same background of he tried to take over Gastown, and he was killed for it, but specifically Scrotus
That's interesting.
with his marauding. So the whole deal with the game is the Avalanche was giving pre-production stuff and pre-production information from Fury Road.
Mm-hmm.
So as Fury Road changed, they never got updated with it, which is probably one of the big reasons why Miller doesn't care for, well, the game, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because as you see, the Scrotus in the game, which I need to grab that screenshot again, looks a lot more like Erectus.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
There's a sentence.
Yeah.
Boogie won yesterday's tournament. I heard. I think that sounds like it's been rigged because I'm pretty sure
it was kind of a meme victory. Though,
Oh, yeah, of
like,
course.
to be fair, it's
Yeah.
not. It's not like Boogie really earned it.
Oh man.
Yeah, so, that's
Boogie lost to Santa Claus in his first round before he came back to win.
Fucking
And if you don't know what we're talking about, you really got to watch yesterday's EFAP. It was wild.
Yeah. Apparently it was like 12 and a half hours. There was no way I would have lasted another 2 hours. I was so
12
tired.
and a half was the total time.
Yeah, the VOD that's up right now, or the unlisted, is not even long enough because YouTube is like, I'm gonna cut you off right there, buddy man. Eva made me hate all canon yesterday. Yes.
And then this is if I remember his name correctly, it's Rictus Erectus,
Rictus Erectus, that's a good name.
who's in the. This is the guy who's in Fury Road
Yeah, yeah.
and Furiosa. He looks remarkably similar to how Scotus looks like in the game. Scotus in this movie though looks very different, and it annoys me how they do absolutely nothing with him.
Oh well. Hey Chad, what's up? I'm gonna just let people arrive.
I'm installing the Mad Max game now. Why not?
Neato.
I've convinced like 5 people to play.
I do want to play it, but I really need to get to these other games finally that I already have on my backlog as well.
I would have to do the Ghost of Tsushima DLC, the Iki Island stuff. I got through the main
Iki Island? That's a funny name.
IKKI, I believe is how it's sent.
No, it just sounds funny. I'm going to Iki Island.
Yeah, I would also put Mad Max on the burner because it's more open world and it's gonna be like 40 hours. But fuck me.
My current game time on Ghost of Tsushima is hold on 1 second. I can find this out quick while Rocky barks. Rocky, stop barking. Please.
Stop it.
Being a bad puppy.
I'm gonna go back to Wind Waker.
63.8 hours.
Nice.
41 out of 77 achievements, including their equivalent trophies.
Yeah, I'm doing a second playthrough of Mad Max as well. It's really fun.
Nice.
I've never played it. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've owned it forever just because it was one of those Steam sale games I picked up. But yeah, haven't gotten around to it.
Did you play Days Gone?
Yeah, I made a video on Days Gone actually.
Right, I forgot about that. So you remember how terrible that fuel mechanic is in Days Gone, and how
It's
you have
really
to
bad in the
refuel
first
every
half of the
5
game.
minutes?
It's shockingly bad in like the first act. It's terrible because you can't get like 500 meters on your bike without it running out of gas.
Unless you play Death Stranding and get the and get those 2 bonus takes and do just a little work.
Oh, is that a thing? I didn't realize that. I'm not sure if it worked that way on PC.
Oh no, it's not. It is on PC. That's the only reason I know because I played it on PC.
Oh, that's weird. I don't remember getting extra fuel tanks. The beginning of the game at least was rough, like for fuel conservation. But it really made you kind of care about the bike. Like that's sort of why I like that game. It kind of Days Gone treats the motorcycle like Red Dead Redemption 2 treats the horse. It's not just like a thing you summon. Like it's an object in the world that if you leave it somewhere, it's going to be there. You know?
Yeah, it's an extension of yourself. But yeah, Days Gone has that on PC. I know because I had Death Stranding, and then they released the Days Gone afterwards for PC. I'm like, oh, these are just here that I can use after I level up the camp a little bit. And one of them is literally the baby in the container. That's a gas tank, and it moves in there. It's weird.
Grump, I beat Ghost of Tsushima on stream. I even posted the clip of me fighting the last boss on Twitter. Like, what do you mean?
Don't mind Grump. He's stupid. Don't worry about him.
And I will stream the DLC. The only thing I've been doing is wrapping up like the side content and like offline.
Yeah, the Mad Max game has a fuel mechanic like that. It is not nearly as terrible. I would say it's outright. I played the game 10 hours and I only topped off my tank. So your fuel lasts a long time, especially when you level up one of your skills.
Yes. Well,
and then you can put it in the back of your car, and then you can throw it at other cars to explode.
I heard it runs really well on Steam Deck too, so maybe I'll chip away at it. I am also working on Hades 2, which I strongly recommend to everyone, especially if you liked Hades, because it's really more Hades, but it plays differently enough to justify the new title.
Nice. So, people might wonder, Metal, why is there not more people hanging out with you talking about this movie? That's because everyone I asked was like, I don't really want to see this movie. Leave me alone. I was like, okay. And Rex wasn't available, so he would have actually joined,
I asked
but he's on
people
the
who
trip.
had seen it, but they weren't available, sadly.
No, well, there you go. So basically, everybody hates us, so we're on our own. That's.
I saw it yesterday morning.
What a shitty morning.
Oh, I have arrived at Kronos. I have not beaten Kronos yet for the Hades 2 people in the chat there. Sorry, Rocky's still going nuts.
Well, I guess now I know there's Cronus in here. It's fine, I don't care.
That's clear in the beginning.
Yeah, but I didn't even see the beginning. I legit haven't seen anything of Hades 2 except like the first trailer that came out.
How's the waifu? She has a staff.
Yeah. Played 79 hours on the Mad Max game. Nice. Hey, games that give you good amount of playtime is always fun stuff. How the hell did Boogie win? Apparently he just got put in a poll and then he won because the memes are strong.
Because I guess the spoiler alert for the thing is we couldn't decide between the two last ultra powerful people because one has reality abilities and the other one is potentially undefeatable. So it was kind of a rock and a hard place situation. And we put it to chat for the vote, but Mahler threw Boogie 2988 in there as an option, so Boogie actually stole the win. Even though earlier in the show he lost to Santa Claus.
I mean, Santa Claus was surprisingly powerful.
Santa Claus is too fast. He's too fast for most people to beat him. He should not have even been in the category he was in at first. He's
not fast enough for Harold and Kumar to shoot him out of the sky.
He eventually does get defeated, but it takes a while for Santa to get knocked out, man. Because just his time dilation powers are insane. Because he can walk into a house and talk to a kid, right? So, I mean, like that means he's taking a lot of time to do that while also visiting every child on the planet in one night. I mean, that's not a normal dude. I'm sorry.
No.
This is where
even if he is a little out of shape. Although the image we had for him was super jacked.
Yeah.
This is where you got to pull out the SCP file where it's the time traveling Santa. And
oh yeah. Oh god.
He's a time traveler from the future.
He moves normal speed, but he winds back the clock 6 billion times.
No, it's even it's even funnier. The implication is he's being punished for a crime he did in the future, so he has to go through time and deliver presents every year. So it's
I
not.
was the naughty one all along.
So it's not. It's not just him. It's him and hundreds of his past selves, all delivering presents at the exact same time.
Do they exist year round, or does that only happen on Christmas Eve?
It only happens on Christmas.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Because I was thinking, it's like the
find
North
Mr.
Pole, are
P.
there just like 6 billion Santa clones?
It's
Time
really
clones?
funny. It's really fun. Let me find it. Hold on.
The distinction being a time clone, you're all the real one. There's no like one which is a clone.
Yeah, they're just in different spots in time.
People from different time frames who have been moved into the same time, as opposed to like a genetic duplicate of your DNA.
What's X-Ray Girl doing to your dogs, dude? What's happening?
I think Rocky's probably just barking at there's like a street festival going on this week, so he was really chill for the last 3 hours, but I think maybe the people are arriving and walking down their street to get to the park.
Blow up the street.
He will get tired eventually. I'm doing my best to mute myself anytime I'm not talking, but when I am talking, you might hear the baby boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. I found it.
Was
Beautiful.
Volgan classic.
Hello.
Santa Claus the Time Traveler. Boy, oh boy. So, well, where did you go? Oh, there you go. Grumbus Kronos. Oh no. Right. Where to begin? Well, we all watched Furiosa, the Mad Max Saga. And I think, did we all watch all the other ones as well now?
Yes. I have seen all of them.
Yeah, because
But technically, I'm in like the last 20 minutes of Fury Road right now. Didn't quite finish it, so I just couldn't take notes for it.
No, it's fine.
I didn't rewatch
you don't need
Fury
to.
Road, but I've seen Fury Road a bunch of times and like relatively recently, so I remember it well enough that I didn't feel the need to rewatch it. But I'm happy I rewatched all the other ones. I just finished Beyond Thunderdome about an hour ago.
Oh, there you go. Well, I watched 1 and 2 before we did our last stream on Road Warrior. And I think like the day after, because the Monday was a day off here in Germany, I was like, you know what? I don't really have any plans today, so I just popped on Thunderdome and Fury Road. And man, Thunderdome is another really weird Mad Max movie.
Yeah. It's not
like the
great.
thing is it starts kind of normal, like you would expect. It's like, oh, there's this Thunderdome, there's like the city.
Starts kind of good.
Looks really scrappy. It's like, oh, put all your weapons down. You have like a more disheveled kind of Mad Max going on. He has like longer hair and then a big coat. He looks like dirty, and
they show you his everyday carry.
And he gets like knocked out by basically the gyro captain, but I don't think it's the same character, right?
It's not the same. It's not the same character. It's the same actor.
I was so confused.
Same actor, and he also flies.
He flies.
Yeah.
He looks basically exactly the same. So it's like, oh, is this just gonna be a weird coincidence happening? But later they talk to each other. It's like, oh, those are like different people. Why did they do this? It was so confusing.
I mean, I guess like it's just they really wanted that guy in the movie again, and they fucked themselves with the epilogue in Road Warrior, where they say that we never saw the Road Warrior again.
Yeah, it was so weird because like, why is he what? And then it's just a different guy with a child. Because he also has a child. It was like, oh, this is like the child. He's like a bit more grown up. He's told him to speak properly.
You're thinking it's the pilot and the feral kid. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Post Road Warrior.
But no, it's just two random fuckers that he never met before that take his camels and his car. And this is how he gets to the Thunderdome. It's like, hey, I want to get my shit back. It's like, well, leave all your weapons here. And then he kind of goes through this adventure for a while. It's like, hey, you're a good fighter. Give me like, I don't know, what was it, like 24 hours of your time. And get rid of Master Blaster, but only the Master guy. The Blaster guy.
Get rid of Blaster. We want to keep Master.
You want to keep Master.
Blaster's a midget.
And then
George Willis sure loves his midgets.
Oh yeah. And then he's just like, well, let me check all this shit out. And the town is like driven by pig farts, basically.
Yeah,
by pig
And
shit.
there's hundreds, which is terrifying when you know that pigs eat people.
Oh yeah.
Because they eat literally everything.
So they have like this
I thought
Go ahead.
that I thought the idea of them coming up with an alternative fuel source was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I don't mind this all this like at all. It's just like, oh, that's kind of fun. And then he checks this out, basically tries to get a job there, and then he tells us like, fuck you, I'm not gonna do your mechanic stuff. Because they have now his car that is again rigged with explosives. It's like, I can do it, let me do some stuff. And they're like, no. And all goes up to him challenging Blaster to a fight in the Thunderdome. Which it's kind of because you probably expect, oh, there's going to be like lightning involved. Like, no, it's not. It's just called Thunderdome because they fight in there. And they're like strapped onto like, what do you call
Like bungee cables.
Like bungee cables, yeah. And they can like jump around. There's like weapons on the walls and then they fight. But he finds that the guy has like a weakness and it's like loud noises and he has like this flute that he uses.
Yeah,
he's like,
he gets really bothered by high pitched noises.
Yeah.
Rocky would be driving him nuts.
And so the fight ends up being like him trying to get the flute or whatever it is.
Whistle.
A whistle, yeah. And he does that, and then he's like, the rules are you have to kill the other guy. Only one of them gets out alive. But his
Two
helmet...
men enter, one man leaves.
Yeah, and then his helmet flies away, but there's like a tism man under it that has like the mind of a child.
It's okay to say it. He's mentally handicapped, Metal. AKA, he's retarded.
Oh, no,
It's
yeah.
not his fault.
It's not his fault. And
It sounds weird
time.
saying retarded when you're talking about an actually mentally challenged
Yeah.
person.
It used to be normal, damn it. And this is actually a moment I like because you see Master, he's acting grandiose earlier in the movie, and he's using simple sentences.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as that reveal happens, he immediately speaks in full, complete sentences. He's like, "Please don't."
Yeah.
He doesn't know any better.
And so no one
Has the
dies
mind of a child.
at first, but then he gets shot by other people, and Master's like, "No, I'm sad now." And then Max gets banished into the desert on a horseback with a weird cartoon mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
which is
wasn't,
weird.
the gulag.
That was the gulag punishment. Like,
Oh, so I didn't just
I
imagine
didn't
that
understand
because
how
I
this
was
was
only
working.
watching it on the side. So I saw Gulag, I thought like, oh, this probably was like the other one because I was playing a game on the side. I was just kind of having it on the side. So yeah, it was like it says Gulag. It's like, oh no, he's gonna have to do like labor and stuff, and then he just gets thrown into the desert and horseback. It's like,
So
okay.
I remembered him getting sent away in the desert on horseback with the mask on, because I haven't seen this movie in years. But what I didn't remember was that it was called the Gulag, because I think banishment is on the wheel. So I was like, wait, he didn't get banished? I thought he got banished.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so. That wheel alone is just funny because you can see one where it's like, oh, you could get away scot free or anti.
Yeah.
I mean, well, the idea though, it's scarier if there's a little bit of hope.
I guess so.
So like the idea that you could get away scot free, but you could also just immediately get your head cut off is what makes going to the wheel as terrifying as it is.
Yeah. So
Otherwise, just like, okay, it's just picking how I'm gonna die. Like whatever, I'm dead.
Yeah. So he goes into the desert, he falls off, and it's like, oh, that sucks. And then he gets saved by some weird tribe people that live in some woods or something.
And yeah,
And an
this is
oasis
where the
in a
movie gets
canyon.
ridiculous.
And they
This is where I
worship.
say whimsical. Whimsical in a bad way.
They worship like a plane man, a plane and a man, like a pilot. What is he called? Captain
Walker.
Captain Walker, and they think he is the one. And at this point, I was like, it's not like it's been 200 years since this happened. Why does this tribe exist this way? I don't buy it at all.
No, I think he did he not get there with them? Like, wasn't he the pilot of the plane and he told them the story and that he'd come back?
Yeah. So the thing, because
I mean, that's fine, but they're like treating it like a religion that formed out of this, and that doesn't. I don't think that happens in like 50 years or something, or
I mean,
40
they're
years.
little kids though.
It's only been, the thing is, it's only been 15 years, and the implication is the majority of the adults left. So
Yeah.
whatever older kids there were,
Yeah, they were still like 5 when he was there. You know,
because this is something I had to look into. You know what's her name? The one chick, Savannah. She's like the oldest one, and the kid who gets sucked into the sandpit later, that's supposed to be her son. That's why that's why she screams like that when he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, there's 2 dead kids in this movie.
Nice.
One of them
10 out of 10.
One of them you never know died because he's just gone from the movie.
He died in real life.
But it's literally the kid with the bad leg. I think his name is Gecko. He's just gone from the movie, and then you watched another kid get sucked into like a quicksand pit, and he's just gone.
killed by editing.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he's like, "You're full of shit. I'm not Captain Walker. Leave me alone." But then at the end, he helps them anyway, and they go back to the town because he's like, "You can't go this way or fly anywhere because this fucking thing doesn't work anymore." Obviously, talking about the plane. And then they go to. It's like weird because the ending is kind of similar to the second one where they fly off.
Well, it's kind of fucked up, really, because there's kids left at the Oasis, and they end up in Sydney.
Right?
They're just straight up in Sydney, so they're completely separated, and they start their own tribe out there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like,
It's kind of
but they
depressing.
also seem to miraculously have a place that had drinkable water, and like. Leaving that seems like a very bad idea in the Mad Max world, especially just to go into the ruins of Sydney that might not be very structurally sound.
Well, they made it. They lived somehow. They survived.
Happily ever after,
No.
they're turning the lights on, yeah.
And she has another kid.
Spoilers.
Yeah, oh, man. But I like the car chase is great. Outside of no one important dying.
Yeah.
And Thunderdome's cool. Like the whole sequence leading up to that, I thought was really interesting. Like from even just a world building perspective, Tina Turner's character was interesting too. Even I don't know that I buy how she ends things with Max, like kind of letting him go and just calling him soldier.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like yeah, you're actually a pretty good fighter. I'm gonna let you live, just because.
You just blew up my whole town, but you know what? I'll let you live.
I'm not sure she'd do that. Yeah,
it's a weird
because
implication
for
that
all she knows, he's gonna be pissed at her still and want to kill her or something, right? Like leaving him alive is not a good idea.
There's a weird implication that she kind of used to be like him in a way, but she stopped and built something up, and that thing that was built up was slowly being taken over by someone else, and it, to a degree, kind of corrupts her with all that power. Because you see her, she flaunts it around constantly, but she acts like she's a hero to the people.
Yeah. So yeah, Mad
Yeah,
Max.
I did like her performance though. I thought that she played it well.
Yeah, it was alright. But yeah, then Mad Max lives and he just does his thing because he sacrifices himself for the kids and the pilot guy so they can get away. So he's basically he expects to die because he wants them to get away, and yeah, that's that. And that's probably like the end of the original Mad Max, right? There was nothing else after this. Like,
there's nothing
after
else for
Fury
like
Road.
30
Nothing
years.
with Mel Gibson.
Yeah, because then we
Nothing
go
for
to
30
so I just want to go quickly through them just to set the stage for, I guess, Furiosa, I guess. Because then Fury Road comes out, and Fury Road is like this weird thing that's like a sequel, but also reimagination, remake, reboot. Kind of. It's really weird. It's really, really weird. I don't even know how to explain
I think I'm
it.
almost leaning more towards reboot, especially after seeing Furiosa. I think because and rewatching the originals, because the tone is very different in Fury Road. It's much more of a fantasy movie.
Yeah, because we have like the big citadel that's like this huge thing.
Yeah.
Because I think like a thing like like the Thunderdome town. What's the town called again? What the Thunderdome?
Bartertown.
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 Bartertown seems like a thing that could happen.
Yeah. Citadel is like this
is
crazy
comic
rock
book
formation
stuff, right?
where they have water that just splurts out into the fucking ground, onto the ground.
See, I thought that was fantastical too until they specifically mentioned, oh, they mine for the water underground. That's how they get the water. They
Oh yeah,
found the
I know,
water
but
well.
Well, I guess just the structure's so crazy, right?
Yeah,
the way
that's
that
what-
it shoots so high up into the sky for no
Yeah.
object reason, yeah.
and all the greens that that are up there. Yeah, and
Well, if they have water.
yeah. It just looks so crazy. It looks like so fantastical, as you said, and I think it looks even more crazy in Furiosa. I think that's probably why we see it like in action when it
I
gets
think
attacked.
you're just seeing more of it in Furiosa.
Yeah.
Like it entirely takes place in like 3 spots.
Yeah.
The thing too is, I actually think Gastown and the bullet farm look somewhat realistic. Bullet
Yeah,
farm
they're not too
particularly
bad.
looks pretty. I like the look of bullet farm, especially.
Bullet farm is
and it
basically
makes me feel sad.
like a big not a mine,
Well, almost. It's like a quarry.
Quarry,
factory.
yeah, with a factory in it. But yeah, Fury Road comes out, and there's like this weird reboot kind of dealio because it doesn't quite match up with anything we've seen before, and it's also kind of weird to gauge how much time has passed because we have like obviously Tom Hardy now as the new actor. Because does Mel Gibson even get anything anymore, or was he too
has
spicy?
The interceptor at the beginning of the movie, so like you got to assume that it's before Fury Road, I guess, or before Road Warrior.
Probably.
That's the problem. It's not specific, but the issue is, if it's before Road Warrior, then he shouldn't be like a crazed out man like he is right now, because that.
Yeah, the way he is characterized with the basically hallucinations he's having, I feel like that we didn't that wasn't the Mad Max we had before.
It's almost like they rewrote the script but didn't change enough of it.
Yeah, because it seems like that would be a thing I would have expected probably in Road Warrior, and not like 3 movies after the first one.
Or I don't know, maybe an old man with time's finally fucking catching up with him.
Yeah, and I mean
Yeah.
Mel Gibson's alive, like they could still do that.
Yeah, but he probably won't get anything anymore because he said spicy things on the interwebs.
I mean, he's done a lot of things since then. That was like 15 years ago at this point, wasn't it?
That's an excellent question.
I thought it was like
I have
recent.
no
I don't know. Well, he directed Hacksaw Ridge, and I really like that movie.
Oh well. Anyway, well in that case, just fucking get him to do Old Man Max, but I guess that's not gonna happen. I think I don't know.
Well, that's what Fury Road was supposed to be, but no. He
No, that's just
wants to continue it.
completely
Hello there, Goger. I am sleepy.
completely new thingy. Wow, Goga pretends like I wasn't even there yesterday. Piece of shit.
What a
I think he
big
knows I
focus.
stayed till the end. It was a long one.
Yeah. It was 6 a.m. for me. I had to fucking dip. I couldn't do it anymore. Like,
The premise was fun, though.
oh yeah, it was great. Yeah, Fury Road. It's like the quick version of this.
Great action, bad story.
Pretty much. That's the very quick
Yeah,
version.
I think that's fair. It's fair to say about Fury Road. As a person who kind of likes Fury Road, I think
Yeah.
I think that is a fair assessment.
I like Fury Road. I have no problem watching it again because the action is so cool. I really, really enjoy it.
And yeah, some of the imagery is just so metal too. Like, you got the flamethrower guitar guy on the bungee cord thing, on
that was
a
Yeah.
float, basically.
all
Like, there's
bad.
weird shit like that in it, and I think that's cool. But it also doesn't really fit with Road Warrior and even Beyond Thunderdome very well.
Well, it's just like a further extension of it. Just goes a little crazier.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's called the Dude, that's a tab I have open somewhere too. That flamethrower guy. He's called the Doof Warrior, and his
That's fine.
and
They all got weird names in Mad
his,
Max.
and his huge wagon with all the stairs is called the Doof Wagon.
The doof wagon.
It's
I'd totally be
hilarious.
on the doof wagon if I would be the Mad Max universe. I'm like a doofus.
Because I
You
only
know,
pulled
also
up three
I think
vehicles.
Nicholas Holt was quite good in Fury Road. Also, I think his character was all right too. Like that was a story there that I was
The War
engaged
Boy.
with. Yeah, the War
Yeah,
Boy.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, the thing with that one is basically Furiosa wants to get out the breeding women mothers out of the Citadel, away from Immortan Joe, and she's been planning to just get them out of there for a while. And yeah, Max gets like involved in this because he's running away, and he ends up on the war rig, and he first yeets them out after the first fight, but Furiosa has like a ignition sequence or something that needs to be done so the thing doesn't break down. So they go back in the war rig. She even has like an agreement with people in like the big canyon, but that falls down because there's more people than she said there would be. So there's all kinds of shooting and stuff going on. They kind of bond or become like a team throughout the movie, fighting off all the people and stuff. And at some point, they're like, "Man, we need to go this way over the what they call like the salt fields or whatever," which I think was the ocean before, but it's all dried up, so they can just drive over it. And the plan in the end is like, you know what? Actually, all the people are chasing us. We're just gonna go back to the Citadel and take over the Citadel and kill
The green
Morton
place
Joe.
was New Zealand all along.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's something we gotta bring up for Furiosa. The green place in Fury Road is just
So
it's not-
close.
it's become a flat. Well, I don't even have an issue with it being closed. It's a flat swamp now.
Yeah, because
Or in Fury Road, it's a flat swamp because it died.
yeah, and because this like the earth is sour and whatever. They find the last three people, last three women.
Six.
Or six, was it?
It's-
Okay.
Yeah, it's
They
like
die
6 or
so quickly.
7.
I thought it was less.
Yeah, most of them die. It's really funny.
It's like, oh, finally, it's me, Furiosa, mother of Glimglom. It's like, yo, where did you go? What's up with your arm?
Oh my god!
Like, well,
I can't wait to get to that.
there's only us.
Oh.
There's only us left. So yeah. Well, should we go to this way? There might be something there. And Mac's like, oh, you're all insane. Well, first they kind of split up, but Mac's like, fuck it, I'm gonna help him. So
My
hey,
hallucinations of this child,
yeah, because
which
he's
becomes
guilt
strangely
tripped.
focused on that child. When he has like in the beginning, he has like hallucinations of like 5 or 6 different people.
Yeah, so he's like, yo, we can either go this way for, I don't know, 200 days until our stuff runs out, or we go back and try to take over the Citadel now that it's basically less guarded, or unguarded, rather. So that's what they do. All the mothers of the Green Place die, I think. I think they just all die on the way back.
It's like 1 or 2 live.
Do they?
Only 1 or 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. They fight their way back. They kill Immortan Joe, bring him to the Citadel. It's like, oh yeah, let's go. And then they turn on the water, and everybody is like, yay, water! We love water. So yeah, that's and Max just leaves and gives a little nod to Furiosa. Yeah, we did well. And Max just fucks off into the sunset or whatever, and Furiosa and the other ones take over the Citadel, apparently.
And now woman can ruin another place.
Damn it. I hate that.
Because that's something that's super awkward in Fury Road. Especially when you look into the production notes of it.
Mm-hmm.
Look, all the people who are in the marshland on those stilts, those are all men. They're all specifically men. And then all the... I forget what they're called, like the Vivali, something like that. All of them outright just hate men. They just constantly shit-talking men.
Yeah.
Because as soon as they see the woman pop out, they're like, "Oh, they're fine. Who are those two fucks?" It's like, whoa, all right, chill.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Fury Road. This is like the story is kind of fucked. I don't know. It's just kind of stupid. The action is really good. Like I'd say like 95% is physical props in this one. Still, it looks really good. I like watching it. It's a fun one. I don't think it's great or good even. I think it's just very fun. It's a very fun movie to watch and easily put it on and have a good old time because the story beats are not that long, so you can just kind of like, yeah, whatever, just get your lines out, give me more explosions and stuff. And that's where Mad Max sat until like 2015, basically, until the game came out, I think.
The game came out the same time as Fury Road.
Oh, okay,
That
okay.
was- so it was like a 30-year jump from Thunderdome to Fury Road releasing.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So with the game came out. The game came out the same day as Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah, what a fucking stupid thing to do.
Yeah, thank you, Warner Brothers.
Good job, Warner Brothers. Because
and
I
the
played Metal Gear
studio-
Solid 5. I still haven't played the Mad Max game.
Played
Yeah.
the shit out of Metal Gear Solid 5. I haven't played it recently. It's really good. It still holds up.
Yeah, so this is where I have all my wonderful tabs from Twitter. Thank you.
Well, if you want to rant about the game, now is your time.
Yeah, I know. And George Miller, that old fuck.
Oh, no.
George Miller has said he will only be interested in adding another video game to the franchise if it could be made to the highest level by someone like Hideo Kojima. Which he's only saying because he's added to fucking Death Stranding 2 like 3 months ago or some shit.
Bisschen a little cross promotion.
And there's nothing like him fucking shitting on the old devs. Say, oh no, the game wasn't good. And
Look, I love Kojima, but he really, really likes being friends with celebrities, and not in a good way. It's probably detrimental to his.
Honestly, the funniest thing that Kojima does is when he tells people what movies he's watched on Twitter, and you can like it's so obvious when he liked a movie and when he didn't. Like it's like, oh,
Yeah,
today
like
I
a
watched
full character tweet, or it's just watch this movie. Period.
Yeah, it's like today I watched James Ryan, Saving Private Ryan or whatever, and it's like, oh, it was like great cinematography, and then it's like today I watched The Rise of Skywalker, and that's the end of the tweet. It's just really funny. I saw the Marvels, yeah, it was
so funny.
It's such a dunk.
But,
It's great. I love that. He loved the Flash. Yeah, what a fucking idiot.
No one's perfect. So this of course has set off everyone's flags. Like, what do you mean the game's great? To the point that Christopher, I believe I say his name, Christopher Sundberg, basically the head of Avalanche Studios, got mad on Twitter, and he's like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Yeah.
Because they pitched the game when they were able to do it as an open world game, and Warner Brothers said, "Go for it."
Mhm.
And about like a year into development, Warner Brothers like, "Yeah, but we wanted it to be more linear."
No.
Which is like, what?
You assholes.
So not only had they been with the studio of Avalanche, the creators of Just Cause, were jerked around, they were only given pre-production information about Fury Road. So with all the changes that went along into Fury Road, they were never updated with that. So that's why I posted him back in here. That's why Scrotus in the game looks a lot more like Rictus Erectus in Fury Road.
No.
Which I have to bring up because Scrotus is a character in Furiosa for some fucking reason. Because I don't know why he's in the movie at all. except for a name. So, and this also come out as with George Miller saying, none of the movies have a strict chronology. Basically none of them have a timeline.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, great. I love it when they always say, oh, yeah, there's not really any canon. It's just kind of whatever we feel like doing at the time.
Well,
But
maybe
it's
if
all
you.
the same universe and the same characters, and we
I was
do
gonna say,
kind
if
of
you
set
want to make
rules.
movie like just random movies where things happen that are kind of cool, you can do that. But then don't call your franchise after a single character that goes through different things. That's really confusing.
Well, the thing is, he's like, there's no official timeline. They're all just stories that people said. I'm like, that is, first off, that's not how the first movie is set up whatsoever. That is purely Max's life right there.
They made
The
it
second
very.
Not a
movie-
legend.
They made it very clear what the world is in the second one when they realized people want to see this kind of stuff. It's like, oh, war.
Yeah, not only that, it directly connects to the first movie, you
Yeah.
know, with having something like Max's fucking knee still shot out in a
Yep.
brace. And it's same thing into Thunderdome.
Yeah, they kind
Or-
of forget about that in Thunderdome, don't they?
No, his leg is still in a brace. You can't
Is
see it
it?
because he's wearing
Yeah.
he's wearing a dress most of the time. His armor's messed up.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
that like cloak he's wearing maybe was covering
Yeah,
it up.
and-
I thought his pants were just like the same on both sides. I didn't notice that there was anything attached to the 1D.
I think I posted it in that other Mad Max thing because that's one of the last things I touched on in the last Forge was Max's eye is a continuation because of that whole. Oh yeah, see, I posted the pictures.
Yeah,
and-
I did notice the eye watching it this time because I remember you saying that last week.
Yeah, so he's probably blind in the one eye that got messed up at the end of Road Warrior. That eye's dilated the entire time in Thunderdome. Oh yeah, I'm scrolling back through the other Mad Max Forge group.
Mm-hmm.
His 1D is just completely in rags.
Yeah, it's destroyed. It's fucked up.
Yeah. So there's clear continuity between these movies, which is what makes it really annoying.
Yeah.
Because he could have easily set up to be. It's literally set up in Road Warrior, the one everyone considers the best, that these are clearly tales in the wasteland.
Yeah.
He could set that up. Even Thunderdome ends like that, despite not having an opening narration. It has an ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you
narration.
just made a prequel that directly connects to Fury Road. So what the fuck are you even talking about?
Oh my god.
Like the movie,
And-
the movie ends with the
The last
scene
scenes.
where she's
The-
like, "There's the breeding mothers. Go into the car." Like that's right
Yeah,
there.
like, well, but I mean, and then like during the mid credits, it's like showing you Fury Road, too. It's like, wait, no, like you very much mean for this to be canon.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Fucking
apparently,
weirdo.
and as I've been lovingly updated, Furiosa is estimated to open with 31 million domestically, and the budget was 168 million.
Yeah. No one
And
gives a
it-
shit about this movie.
I think movies in general are kind of fucked right now.
Dude,
Yeah,
I haven't
but
been in
the-
a full cinema in a long time.
I mean,
Yeah.
I go pretty frequently, and it's always a ghost town.
Yeah.
I think
And
the last
every
time
movie
was
seems to be
Flash.
kind of bombing.
The thing is, I'm
like,
it might be a bit different if I would go and watch like the German versions because I always go like in the like evening weekday and English version, so that's probably less overall anyway. But even those just got less because
I think COVID really did mess up the theaters permanently because
yeah, I mean especially see they're not doing themselves any favors like even after COVID because here's the thing. During COVID, let's put them all on like Netflix and streaming things and be like, oh shit, nice, I can watch this shit at home. I can fucking pause the movie and go take a piss and don't let my bladder
Missing
explode
stuff.
because the movie is 16 hours long and can go get a
my
refill in my
God.
kitchen, maybe order some food, whatever. It's just so much like I get it. I would never go to the cinema, I think, unless for like very specific movies if I could just watch everything at home because it's just so much more comfy.
especially
I
for
mean, I saw Dune 3
2
times.
hours 30, like a 2 hour and 30-minute movie. Oh my god.
Yeah, I didn't even drink that much this time in the cinema. I was like, I still need to fucking pee badly. Like, I need this to be over because it's been 2.5 hours again.
I think a good part of the reason I went to see Dune as many times as I did is I wanted to go pee at different points in the movie so that I could see the parts that I missed.
And the thing too is, like, because I went first thing in the morning yesterday. My tickets were only like $13 for two people.
Damn.
Food. I bought a medium. I know it's so cheap.
That's
I
cheap.
bought a. Great to go in the morning. The medium popcorn, soda, and candy I bought was $23.
Dude, I got like this time I was like, oh, I don't really want a big.
That sounds reasonable, actually.
I don't want a big Coke this time. I'm gonna grab like 2 cans of Monster so I can decide if I want 1 or 2. And I paid 10 euros for that for like 2 cans. Like Jesus Christ, I can get like
Oh god.
8 of those in the shops or something. Like that was like more expensive than just getting a big Coke. So that was sad. I still have 1 of those cans in my fridge. Actually, I'm scared to. This like worth a lot. No.
I mean, I honestly think I could probably talk theaters into being like, hey, if you just let me have water, like let me bring water in here, I will seriously buy more popcorn. Because most of the time I end up just getting too thirsty to like eat any more popcorn, and it's like, man,
you gotta wait halfway
so
through
salty.
the movie before you start eating or drinking anything.
Yeah, but so where I was going with this, they also don't do them themselves right now because the movies go to streaming like weeks after, like super quickly in lots of cases.
Well, I went to go see Monkey Man in Vegas, and the second I got home, it was available on iTunes, like from my bedroom. I was like, oh, I was like, okay.
Well, you look at Fall Guys. Fall Guy. That's only been out 2 weeks. It barely broke even, and they released it on streaming.
Yeah, it's already on streaming. Yeah.
By the way, this movie is on Memorial. I have Monday off. This is Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
So you get 3 days. People can go and see this movie for 3 days, and this is one of the worst openings.
Yeah, alongside Garfield or something, right?
Oh God, I didn't even think about Garfield.
Yeah.
I probably would have enjoyed that more, unironically.
I mean, it just kind of boils down to like Hollywood. Really does need to kind of restructure what they're doing as far as like budgets are concerned and how much they're spending on each one of these movies, because like, I mean, unsustainable isn't even the word for what's going on right now. Like $200 million movies making like 30 million.
Yeah, it's insane.
Not including like marketing costs too. It's like, wow, like this whole industry is going to crumble soon if you guys don't change. Deadpool 3 is probably going to do okay.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of that is.
It's kind of funny because I was kind of
Reynolds and Hugh Jackman.
I was kind of cold on the trailers, but I don't know it has like the potential to be actually like a movie. I think.
And I think even if it sucks, enough people will be curious that I think it'll make money.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that one is pretty hype. Overall, I'm very curious. I'm worried by the TVS involvement because TVS is the TVS. But they seem to get shredded like they should because they only have like stupid melty sticks and Deadpool has guns. So fuck those guys. But yeah, we'll see. I'm curious how that one goes and how this is going to turn out to be.
And there's another Mad Max movie on the way.
Is it?
Yeah, there's another one. I think this one actually has Max in it.
Oh, Tom Hardy again?
Tom Hardy?
Yeah,
I believe Mad Max.
Yeah, it's Tom Hardy again.
Okay. I mean, I didn't mind him. Like, he wasn't like horrible, but he wasn't like the Mel Gibson one.
He was fine. He hardly does anything in the movie, though.
Well, that's
like, as far as like dialogue and everything. He has tons more dialogue in Beyond Thunderdome than I think any of the other movies. Like, he's talking a lot in Thunderdome. I was actually kind of surprised by that.
Well, he's got to make deals with. He's got to get Tina talking. So.
Well, but then they later in the movie they have him like explaining the world to a bunch of children, like, I mean, in a long monologue, and I mean that's just not really the Max that was in like Road Warrior and Fury Road, where it's like he hardly says anything.
You see how stupid those kids are? They fucking ticked them off. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, he was just like, look, I'm sorry to break it to you, but there's no Santa Claus.
What?
The North Pole isn't real,
but he almost won the tournament.
Best place you could ever imagine to find. To the point that you better hope no one else finds it, or they're gonna kill you all.
And he's got
and that seemed to not be a concern. Too. That bothered me also. That they didn't seem worried about defense at the area with clean water and plant life in Thunderdome.
Yeah, well, now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh my god! Not only did he waste like 3 shots from that rifle that we never see again.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That rifle's so loud. I don't know how
He doesn't even
Like,
convince her
random
to
actors.
stay.
Yeah, she just
No,
leaves anyway.
which is
The
even
bullets
funny.
didn't even work.
Well, the thing too is she's like clearly shaking, like wild from that. She's like, "Oh my god!" And then he just walks up and decks her in the face.
That was really funny though. It's, so as the scene we're talking about here is the leader of the little village of children in Beyond Thunderdome is leaving because she doesn't believe what that Mad Max says. Look, the world out there is just dangerous. There's no real world to go back to. Like, this is just it, and you guys actually have a pretty good spot, so you should stay here. And he fires some warning shots around her because they're holding a gun, a rifle, and they have ammo, but they don't know what it is. So he like grabs a couple of the bullets, puts it in the rifle, and then shoots a water canteen, which probably not the best idea, to be honest, because even though they have water, it's still, you don't want to mess with your clean water supply in the apocalypse. But
It's fine. They got plenty of it.
yeah, fair. And then he shoots like a watermelon, and to convince her to stay, he just walks up to her and then holds his hand up in front of her for a minute, and like really thinks like, "Do I have any other choice?"
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess he concludes no, and just knocks her out in one punch. And they tire her and the other people that were gonna leave up, mostly so that they don't go out into the desert and die. So he's like, I gotta deck this teenage girl in the face in order to save her life.
Well, that's the funny thing. I don't even think she's like a teenage girl. She's like she's clearly the oldest. She's like at least like 20 or something.
She doesn't look like she's even close to 25 though. Like she looked
No,
like a
she
pretty
got
young
older
girl.
than that. Well, it doesn't help that she's shaved too, which is the funny part. She like Furiosa but better.
It was something that I just didn't really see coming, like coming from the perspective of modern movies and not having remembered it from that. It's like, oh man, he just knocked her out in one hit.
Dude,
Damn.
watching Thunderdome again, like half the scenes, I'm like, this is not how I remember this going, nor do I remember how this being in this spot or here or here. Like, I completely forgot about that crashed plane. That shit made me depressed when they all go on the plane because it gets windy. It's whoa. Alright, so anyways, Furiosa.
Yes, so
The getting 40 minutes could easily be cut in half.
no, what do you mean? It's very cool and epic.
Oh shit.
Well, okay, so what James is referring to there is the first act of this movie is approximately 40 minutes long and does not have Anya Taylor-Joy in it. It's another girl playing Furiosa as like a 12-year-old or something?
Something like that, yeah.
13?
I think she's like 10 or 8.
Oh, really?
She has to be, because they specifically mentioned that it's like been 15 to 20 years. And I can't imagine, what's her name, Thornton in Fury Road being more than 30. I can't believe her being like 40 in Fury Road. She's got to be like 30, maybe 35 at most. She's like...
Well, I mean, Charlize Theron she's not young. She just looks really good. The only thing that makes that weird to me is that if there's such a gap in time between Furiosa and Fury Road, that almost doesn't make sense, because why would she wait that long to pull off her plan?
Listen, the more I think about Furiosa, the worse it gets. Right? I think it actively fucks with Fury Road, which is a movie I already don't like. So
yeah, so the timeline's murky.
They say 15 years at a point in this movie. Between being stuck with Immortan Joe to before the Bullet Farm action sequence, they say 15 years.
Yeah.
So
she hangs out there for a while. So yeah, basically though, to catch everybody up. So
sorry.
Maybe first off, my recommendation for this movie is don't watch it in the cinema. Don't waste your time. I think this has like some fun parts in it, but overall I think it's a very movie.
This is a movie you play at home and you skip through it to get to the better part.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of people online saying like this has like amazing things in it, but also not so great things. I was like, I think those has fine things in it, and the rest is kind of slop.
I mean, I didn't hate the amount of world building that was in it. I was actually kind of surprised by how much story they tried to put in, as far as like the 3 different towns and the relationship between them, and wars happening as far as like who controls each one. And, like, I thought that all that lore stuff was kind of cool, but this movie wasn't very heavy on the awesome action, except for maybe the middle hour.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'd say.
I think you could have reworked this movie and easily cut it down to be just below 2 hours, probably like an hour 50, and make a lot more sense. And I would say there's like outright useless characters in this movie to a degree.
Yeah, but yeah, this movie is is cut into like 5 chapters, you could say. They do like a little thing on screen,
Kill
like
Bill style thing,
chapter 1, child Furiosa is getting captured or something.
like
yeah,
that.
Yeah. Oh my god. All the chapters are
Revenge.
weird.
I didn't write them down. I just wrote some things from memory, like chapter 2, ladies follow the guys on motorcycles or something. I don't know. No, like 2 was like living with the Hemsworth and the gang, also getting sold to Joe. That's chapter 2 name for me. But yeah, in the first chapter, it's as I already said, it's like child Furiosa in the green place. It's kind of weird because the green place here is basically in between like canyons. You could say, like between like a rock formation, and there's like trees on the sides. But then they kind of go a little bit in one direction, and then there's like a forest that has like horses and water and everything. A place of abundance, they call it.
Sorry, I gotta be bad right now.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
You could see what they see, because you know that screenshot you posted earlier in the, where is it?
In Discord?
Yeah, in your channel. Where is it? The movies and shows. Where is it?
I'll put it on
the screenshot with the fat chick.
I'll put it on screen. Yeah, I would have gotten there eventually. So it's like just a thing that I just find endlessly hilarious that they do a lot of times, especially in post-apocalyptic movies. I remember in Fallout there was this one fat guy who was just kind of standing there and also survived for some reason.
Get that chili out of here!
So for some reason they like to just put extras in movies that have like post-apocalyptic things going on that are like chunky. Hang on, let me get this on here.
So the funny thing is that I wasn't even gonna complain about her.
Oh, I don't even want to complain about it. I just find it really silly and funny that it just keeps happening.
At least she's in the place of abundance.
Yeah, but she's like the only fat person. She must be hated by everyone.
She really likes the abundance.
But the thing I'm going to complain about, because one of the things that is in there, I think this.
Damn it, where is it?
Is something that I still appreciate, for the most part. It's in most of Furiosa, and it's really in Fury Road, that it's almost a timepiece. Because a lot of the pieces and stuff that they use are like from the 80s or like from the 70s and 80s. Especially with the vehicles and their styles and the fact that they really don't want to go past the V8 and the V6.
Mm-hmm.
And what fucking pissed me off is that, because this is in the 80s, they have fucking solar panels on buildings. And they have wind turbines. And I'm like,
well, I mean, I guess a wind turbine you could probably figure out even if they weren't. Like, I mean, because you used to use windmills to power a mill, right? Like that's pretty old technology.
But like the
solar panels, I've got no explanation for though.
There, put it on screen. So she's just kind of standing there, kind of trunking around. It's just, I don't know, it just keeps happening. I just find it really funny. It's just a weird thing they do. It made me.
Because I know they've existed, like, I don't know, since probably like I think they were originally invented in like the 40s or something. But I'm like, how they grab all this? Because they look like almost modern houses. How do they grab all this fucking shit and just move it over. Because, by the way, this is probably at most only 20 years, maybe 30. I think it's more like probably between at least 10 and 20 years after the apocalypse started. Because remember, Road Warrior is only set around 2 or 3 years after everything went to shit. And Thunderdome is theorized to be around like 15 years after everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, where the hell did they get all this shit?
So then Fury Road definitely has to be after Road Warrior. I guess he just gets another interceptor.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's something I didn't even notice. Yeah, there's like that there's like wind turbines and just solar panels they just put there.
As mentioned,
because those definitely weren't there before they got here. Like, I mean,
that could be clear confirmation of a reboot that, like, because I mean, it would explain some of the weird timeline stuff between Fury Road and the older movies too, where it's like, okay, so maybe Fury Road was the first in this new series that has slightly different timelines, where the apocalypse happened later, and there were solar panels and things like that.
Well, one of the big issues is
the interceptor wasn't destroyed.
Is that the green place just does not at all look like it does in Fury Road. You know, a giant flat marsh.
Yeah.
And here, this sit between canyons. There's a huge forest. It's like, are you telling me that everything just crumbled and into dust and disappeared? I don't.
Yeah. The only thing you can do is have to assume they passed through this canyon before. And then when they show us, it's like the forest part or something. But I don't think that works out anyway, because when Furiosa is getting captured, uses a little whistle to signal that there's danger. They get here pretty quick on horseback, so it's not even that far away. So I don't think the visuals we see in Fury Road checks out with what we see here. Yeah, so it does. I don't think it adds up at all.
Oh, and when she gets captured, before Furiosa gets captured, she cuts two of the fuel lines for the bikes. Does nothing. What does come up is when she bites through one of them, which I guess a child could bite through.
Well, she doesn't bite through. I would have brought that up as well. She bites like into it a bit, so it kind of starts leaking out. So I guess there's more fuel consumption going on, and that's why he breaks down earlier than the other one.
But she cut two of them before that one, and it does nothing to them.
Hang on. So one guy gets shot down. What? Doesn't one guy just get wrecked or something? Does she shoot the one that has the broken one?
Well, two of the bikes have cut fuel lines. She shoots like three out of them. She shoots three of them.
Yeah.
But the two cut fuel lines are never brought up, but they don't stop the vehicles. The third one that she bites into is the one that stops and messes with the guy. It's
weird.
It's probably just a nip. Listen, it was a really early morning.
No, it's fine.
I'm just staring at this fucking screen, looking for anything I can hit. But yeah, she fucking sucks. she let him escape.
Let's see, where's my notes? There. Yeah, she gets grabbed. She cuts the fuel lines because the whole thing is, we can't let anyone escape because they can't know about this place. Which I don't even know how no one else has found this pretty dense, big-ish forest from a bit far away. I guess they got lucky, or I don't know, maybe they have like a place where they put all the corpses they had to create to keep this place, in secret.
Yeah, their border patrol is great. No one's watching on those high canyon hills they have.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess they haven't been found out yet or killed everyone. I don't know. But yeah, it's also really weird because the one child that's with Furiosa is like, oh, we need to go back. We're already too far out, and as already said, they're not even that far away from the base. So it's just kind of, I don't know, it just seems kind of weird because they get there pretty quickly. So I don't know, are they just not allowed to go there, which seems to be like the edge of the forest, but it's not that far away. I know the place of like the logistics are kind of weird in this one. I feel like the lady on the mother, I guess, gets here pretty quickly on horseback, and can hear the whistle, by the way. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, they all hear the whistle.
Yeah.
Would have been funny if it was a trumpet though. She has this huge clanking trumpet.
What was I about to say? Oh yeah, I think. Do you think the whistle is just a reference to Thunderdome? By the way,
Maybe.
it feels like it a little bit.
I almost wanted. I wanted to say. I feel like there's a lot of references in this movie, but I don't know.
Well, she also gets like the double-barreled shotgun that looks like Mad Max's one.
Oh. But the thing is that it's just such a totally competent. Oh my, that's probably my main complaint is so many weapons and it's in Australia. It's just funny because you watch the first Mad Max movie, there are hardly any guns in that.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the second movie, it's mostly like air propelled arrows and stuff.
Yeah, the Fury Road in this one, they definitely have some more weapons now, because they have like the bullet farm and stuff going on. But there's like more straight up like normal handguns that you know from, current times, I guess. Some double barrel shotguns, just a normal sidearm pistol that you would see in the world today. It's not really anything like makeshift. I mean, you still have the explodey spears, but they mostly get used by the other guys. There's a couple of like melee weapons that are kind of makeshift that you can see, but that's about it. And well, because we are on the war rig that goes between the bullet farm and everything, they don't really run out of ammo like ever. So that's like not even an issue in this movie anymore.
Yeah, it's ammo's not a concern.
It's more action shooty bang bang that's going on here.
I guess to be fair, I guess bullet farm is in the mix, so they do try to explain that at least.
I mean, yeah. That's why I brought it up, because they go in between bullet farm and the gas town. They just have all the ammo they need, pretty much.
Man, I wonder how they rebuilt the bullet farm so fast.
Yeah. Metal not being able to finish EFAB yesterday was the real surprise. Listen, it was 6 a.m. and I didn't really sleep super long last night because I was already out about the whole day before I joined on EFAB, so I was tired. I'm sorry. Yeah, so they drive off. One of the guys gets shot down. She being the mother, grabs that motorcycle. It's like, you go back, they need you here, we might not make it back. She has a sniper rifle that she's really good with. I don't think she misses a shot ever. Shoots down this guy, takes the motorcycle, follows the other two, shoots another one down. They kind of try to stop her by taking away one of the wheels or tires of the motorcycle, but apparently they're like quick swappable, so she just uses the tire of the one she has that is running out of fuel to put on the other one, and then follows them further with that through the night. The two of them on there get like in a scuffle because, as you already mentioned, James, she bites into the fuel line, loses more fuel, so breaks down. They get in a bit in the scuffle. The police is coming. And it's like, no, if we go there, we do these, blah, 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 blah. Furiosa tries to escape, fails. The last guy gets shot down the next day. And they make it to Dementus's camp in the end. But they've been getting capped in the head by the mother, one after another. And there's only the one guy left when he arrives at the camp with Furiosa. So it's just a big old chase that probably goes on for longer than it needs to be.
Jesus, dude. It's like at least 5. Here's the thing. I say it's like at least 5 minutes, but it's like 5 minutes in a 40-minute long sequence that you could have cut down.
Yeah.
It's. Oh.
By the way, that's like a thing throughout the movie. If you're one of the main protagonists, you don't miss a shot, basically. I don't remember Furiosa or Jack ever missing a shot, unless they try to shoot the main villain, I guess.
Oh yeah, the guy's name is Jack.
Yeah, they both got very good aim.
Yeah.
I just called him Max 2.
Max 2.
Reminds me of
Proto Max. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think that annoyed me. Like,
Praetorian Jack.
Yeah.
He wasn't bad though. I thought he was.
No, I like the actor, but I'm like, is this just supposed to be Max 2? What's going on?
It's a Max-like guy.
He
Yeah,
looks
for sure.
exactly like it. I think he makes a better Max than fucking
Tom Hardy.
Yeah. It's weird.
George met this guy and he's kicking himself. He's just like, shit, I shouldn't have given it to Hardy. What can I do?
Ah, damn it, fucker.
It's real awkward. Sorry, more jumping.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No worries. So they made it to, well, the one guy made it to the camp. The mother is just kind of looking through the sniper rifle. What's going on? He arrives like, I want to talk to the Mentors because I found a place of abundance and she knows where. The one boss man is like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. It's like, no, I'm gonna be the one. I want to reap the benefits. And then like something I still don't quite understand what Furiosa does here. So
I think she shoves the whip into the wheel, and I don't know how she would have done it.
so basically she's like across the motorcycle, like belly down. He starts driving towards Dementors. And I think the mother is about to shoot the guy because they're still trying to hide what's going on. I don't know how that's going to work if she just shoots the guy when there's like, I don't know, 150 more people around them. But, you know. But Furiosa just falls down, does a little flop. And while she's falling down, she grabs something.
I think it's his whip. They have someone's spine on.
He has a whip?
Yeah. He uses that whip to get her.
Oh, he does have a whip. Yeah, I guess it's the whip then. I forgot about the whip.
Yeah, and he stupidly wraps it around his shoulder.
Yeah, so still weird though. So
yeah, I don't know how.
Whatever. She grabs the whip while falling down, puts it on the back tire that yanks him down, and somehow also cuts his throat.
It was probably the bones that's.
Well,
because it's like a spinal cord, so all that vertebrae has those bits sticking out. So probably, because when you see his neck later, it's.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Ugh.
But yeah, she manages that somehow. Is what I'm trying to say. She just does that. And even the most like, oh, good girl, you did great. I was like, sure, I don't. Yeah. Well, they get her to Dementors, and we get introduced to Dementors. And I don't know, he's like kind of fun as a character. I think he's Chris Hemsworth does a good job acting here overall. He's kind of fun.
Yeah,
I think he's probably the best character.
He's having a good time.
It's just kind of funny because he spirals out of control more and more throughout the movie. Like he seems kind of in control in the beginning, and when he gets control of Gastown, he just completely loses control over time.
Yeah, he's literally like restless.
Yeah. Well, the guy tells Demence like, "Yo, there's a place of abundance. That's where she comes from." And this is we also see, because this is not only Furiosa's backstory. This is also the Doctor Man's backstory that you see in Fury Road.
Yeah, which I completely forgot he existed because he's only in Fury Road for like 3 scenes.
But apparently he started with Dementus, but he gets sold off for the deal later together with Furiosa. I just kind of found that funny that he's here.
Which makes sense too, because he's a doctor and he eats non-fucked up kids.
So yeah, he's like, oh, she's like a full human without any flaws. Like she's got normal amount of limbs and stuff. So that's great.
I could see this one growing up to be two incredibly attractive actresses.
Yep.
Too incredible.
I don't.
Yeah.
No, you can't say things like that.
I said grow up. I'm clearly talking about Anya Taylor-Joy and Charlize Theron, not the little girl. God, James.
Listen, it's weird. Can't say it's like that. He's called the organic mechanic. It's really funny.
First of all, yeah, I was also doing an organic mechanic joke line too, for the record.
The weird episode. I blame metal.
Listen, we all were up very long last night. All right.
Oh god. Good. I didn't fall asleep until 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
And my alarm was set for 5.
Fuck. But anyway, Dementus is like, oh, you know what? You don't need to tell me anything. Oh wait, also the guy with the throat gets brought in. It's like, draw a map, draw a thing. The organic mechanic is like, he's drowning. Put him upside down.
Yeah.
But before he can draw a map, Furiosa just kicks him in the face a couple of times, and I guess that gives him the rest to die. So yeah, he's donezo now. And then it's like, you know what? You had a rough day. Here, feed her, wash her, give her the best drinking water, and make sure that none of these brutes are gonna touch her. So he has like 2 guards going on. And he's basically like, you know what? You don't need to tell me anything. I'm going to follow the track tomorrow. I'm going to bring you back home. You know what? I'm super cool. I'm the good guy. I'm your buddy. Anyway, luckily for the mother, there's also a sandstorm coming right now. That's very convenient. Because she takes a disguise from the last guy she shot, and she just drives into the camp with the sandstorm. Gets to the tent where Furiosa is held, kills everyone except the one other lady guy who's washing Furiosa, who's like, I'm a mother, no, don't kill me. And when she said that, it was like, oh, that's how we're gonna get found out. That's the only reason she's here. Because the mother's like, oh,
I'm a mother too.
He's a mother too. I can't kill you. And she immediately fucking dies because of that. So good job on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job. You did well. Because she's like, spare me, and she does. They go away, and she immediately runs to Dementus' tent. She's running away. It's like, Jesus Christ.
It's so funny. I'm
like in the cinema, I was thinking, oh, that's how they're gonna grab her, right? And like it cuts to her running to Dementus' tent, and just goes like, he's over there. And then gets like insane a little bit because she drives away. The one guy's like, oh, I can see her. He takes aim, shoots the fuel tank that's like right behind her on her back. It explodes. Her back is on fire, exploded. She doesn't even flinch. She's like, I'm gonna drive away.
Yeah, she kind of tanks it.
And I was like, oh, maybe there's like something on the on the I don't know, the jacket or something. It's like, no, she takes it off a little later, and her back is completely fucked. Like it's completely fucked up.
the force should have at least shot. It should have hit her head against the steering wheel. Something to show there was force.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like no sign of any influence of that explosion. Like it explodes, she looks forward, like yeah.
Would have gone through. That bullet would have gone through, at least, and hit her.
Oh yeah, she would have been. Martha, no, mother. Why did you say that name? So yeah, she just tanks that. They drive away, and after like I don't know, a minute or so of her being on fire, she's like, oh, I probably should. She
stop, drop, and roll now. Yeah.
She slowly gets up, makes sure the motorcycle is like on the
kickstand.
Kickstand. And I was like, okay, now I'm gonna drop and roll. It doesn't work, and she takes off like the helmet and the jacket, and like her back is fucked, and then just drive away. In a
She
sandstorm,
got
by the way,
lucky as
so
hell. Her
it's not
catch
gonna
on fire.
be a good time. But yeah, she just completely tanks that. I don't know why that's a thing. Why they did it that way? It's so weird.
They have a lot of weird choices in this movie.
Oh yeah. So they drive off. Obviously, they get chased by the other ones. So because there's a sandstorm, it's like, oh, there's no tracks, but they have dogs, so they can sniff out where they went. Apparently, I don't know how dogs work with the sniffing and stuff. I don't know if they could do that through a sandstorm. Wouldn't that also cover it up? I think I'm not sure. I'm asking if anyone knows, basically.
I mean, probably, but it's also very recent. So
Yeah.
maybe if they had like a, because in the movie they have, it's more like, what are they like, pit bull mixes or something
Oh, I don't
like
know.
that?
I'm just not. I have no idea how the real world mechanics on sniffing of dogs are. That's basically
Well,
what I'm trying to.
because there are dogs that have like double or triple the sniffing power of normal dogs. Those are the dogs they use for tracking. But I don't think the ones they use in the movie would be good for that. I
Well,
would believe more like
but
the cattleman from Road Warrior could do it.
yeah, what I'm thinking is because of the sandstorm, most of the things that are sniffable are probably just in the wind everywhere. So I don't know if that's gonna actually help.
Well, they probably could smell her burning flesh, so
Yeah, probably.
that because that I don't know if you smelled burning meat before, but it's not a good smell.
Yeah, it's not like it sniffed her handkerchief or something.
Yeah, because she's definitely bleeding too.
Yeah.
It makes a point to show a drop, and the dog sniffs the drop. So.
But yeah, they drive off. They get into like a little canyon thingy, and there's like a little bit of a choke point. And it's like, you drive this way. Also, take this seed of a peach or whatever they had, or an apple or whatever. I think it was a peach. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I think it's like a peach or a plum.
Yeah, here, put that down for me. If I don't catch up with you the day, just keep going. The usual stuff, you know.
She fucking loves sucking that thing. I don't know what the.
Oh yeah, she puts it in her mouth all the time. I don't know if that's like to keep it like moist or something, so it doesn't wither away or something. I don't know. I don't
Weird, man.
I don't know. But yeah, she like kind of waits here at the choke point. She shoots down a bunch of people with her gun, but they're smart enough to actually circle around because it's not that big of a rock formation, and they get her, and then they immediately crucify her. It's like, God damn.
They go out of their way to kill her very brutally.
And that child just is stupid. She just because
like,
she's taken off, and then she stops when the gunfire stops, and she's like, "No!" And then she.
Yeah,
the way she runs so far back, it's hilarious.
Yeah, because she drives away for a bit. It's like, oh no, they got her, and then she runs away to her, runs back to her, which they crucified her. And I don't know, they're kind of mangling up her like her abdomen or something. Like you can't really see what's going on. It's like kind of left up to imagination.
They're doing something to her abdomen.
Yeah. Basically kill her and make Furiosa watch. And now she's hanging out with the Dementis gang. Also, they have a historian that's basically just a walking Wikipedia.
Yeah, they have a specific name. I forget what it is.
The historian. He's called the historian, I think.
Is that what he's called?
Yeah.
Okay. Because they exist as a group of people. They're in Fury Road. They're in the Fury Road prequel comic for the movie.
Whoa.
Oh my god, that's how you know that Max is sad about people dying because of the buzzards.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a complete other group of that we only see for like 8 minutes in Fury Road. They're the ones with the spiky cars and everything that randomly speak a different language.
Oh yeah, I remember them.
I only know them from the game because they appear at night and have red eyes. They're like animals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh my god, they're terrible. They drop explosives behind them in some of the cars.
Yeah.
Oh.
God damn.
It's a nightmare.
A
It is funny watching them blow up their friends, though.
A nightmare or a nightmare?
Shut the fuck
up.
I'll get the Flash and ruin your life.
But that concludes chapter number uno. She's now hanging out with the Dementis gang in the little cage with the historian. They share a habitat, I guess.
It's a cage, Metal.
No.
Say it's a cage.
No.
Oh, that's where she starts.
I mean, a cage is a habitat if you live in it.
Ha! See, get fucked.
She steals the historian's ink tattooing stuff, and she puts the.
Oh yeah, jumping ahead again. But yeah, that's how she.
No,
puts
that happens right there. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, that's how she puts the map on her arm with the little ink gun.
Yeah.
Also, this is where the movie starts to do a bunch of pretty obvious CGI shots that just kind of stick out like a sore thumb to me. They do a bunch of wide shots that look like very obviously green screened, and I didn't remember them being that obvious in Fury Road, and I recently rewatched it. Just in general, this one has a good amount of very obvious CGI cars as well. You can just tell by how you can tell, I guess, by the frame rate, how they sometimes the cars move weirdly quickly, like it looks unnatural in certain places. And also the Dementis gang is like fucking massive. Like it's like a fucking army of motorcycles. So if like these wide shots that has like hundreds of motorcycles going in like a big old caravan through the wasteland. Like they do the thing where, so the thing is like the bigger cars, they're all physical props, and you can tell because they look really good, they look really cool. But everything like behind them is like CGI, and those shots are not even that bad. They're very well concealed with the CGI. But there's like some of them, like there's one on the Warwick later on where it's like this one little guy inside of the Warwick that has like controls the, what do they call it, the bonky donkey or something. They have like a really stupid name for the thing at the back.
The bonky donkey that's controlled by. I got into a debate with my sister. She couldn't tell if it was a regular midget or a child midget, because I assumed it was a child.
I like that. That's the debate you got into for in that movie. That's great.
What's the difference?
Because he looks like a little kid midget. That's what he looks like. He looks like a little kid. And she's like, no, that's like an adult midget. Well, if it's a kid, I feel a little bit more bad that he gets fucking domed in the head.
Yeah, I mean, then go with it being a kid.
Yeah. But yeah, there's like some things where you have like close-ups of the faces where it looks like really weird and out of place. It's like, oh, that's definitely green screen. Like there's a lot of them where they're very obvious, which is a shame. They definitely use more
nice car on the screen, and then I see a fucking CGI smurr drive up right next to him. Like, oh,
yeah, it's really weird. It makes me. I feel like it loses a lot of charm because of that. Because like basically like 95% of the other ones were like non-CGI. Fury Road definitely had CGI in it for sure, but it wasn't as obvious as in this one, especially with the wide shots.
Well, the most obvious CGI in Fury Road, in my opinion, is the steering wheel flying at your face.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's the hey, see it in IMAX 3D shot.
Because the Warwick crashing is real.
In the movie.
Mad Max 3D.
Because the Warwick crashing, that's real, and that was done on the first try. And that's a fun fact about Fury Road: is George Miller thought the actual guy got hurt.
That's not my dog.
The actual, he thought the stunt driver got hurt because he saw a Warboy dummy fly off and crash against the rocks.
Thought it was a real person. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, he's like, whoa, did he shave and just die? The stunt driver's like, I'm good.
So I think the big explosion is that, right? That's like the real one.
the war rig
Yeah, the
crashing
big
in the
crash
canyon
at
at
the
the
end.
end.
Yeah.
And then it shows the CGI wheel popping out the front, and then it blows up.
With the like Morton Joe logo on it.
Yeah.
Like the War Boys
That,
logo.
that is a nice detail. I like that all those wheels are basically interchangeable. You can just shove them on there.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Just like a little snap device, snap mechanic. It was like, chuk, and there you go. Pretty cool, pretty cool.
You don't really see that in this movie, though.
No,
Maybe
no, you
one.
don't see that at all, I think. But yeah, with the Mendes homies, they're raiding some peeps. And like, there's 20 of you, but we only have 5 bikes, so you gonna do a little battle royale, and whoever's left over gets the bikes and gets to join the gang. And they strap one in the middle, chain up his limbs and his head on the bikes, and whoever gets the bikes gets to drive them forward, and he gets ripped apart. That's what they do here. Oh yeah, Dementus tells Furiosa, like, you don't really have to watch that, it's fine. Also, here, hold my teddy, because those belong to my little ones back in the day. So we kind of established that he had a family once upon a time. Just a little setup.
Ooh, who did it? No, that's nice. He keeps that there for most of the movie, and it feels bad, man.
Yeah. And yeah, the Furiosa just kind of riding around with them. As you already said, she gets the ink gun from the historian and starts mapping out the way to the green place on her arm.
She makes a star map.
Yeah,
it happens here. I thought it happened earlier. No, I guess you're right.
Yeah, I think she just kind of the historian talks to her. It's like, I can tell you how to read, and you can be in this history, man, at some point too.
Now it's falling back into place. This
Yeah,
movie blurs, dude.
It's a lot of things happening after another, for sure. And yeah, again, they just kind of ride around again, and then, oh wait, there's like the red smoke in the sky, the sky blood, as the war boys call it. And they found like a singular war boy with a bolt in his head, and he's like, "Is this Valhalla?" he's like, "What is a Valhalla?" It's just kind of funny.
Dude, I felt so bad for that guy because he has like 3 bolts in him, but one of them is in his head.
He's like right in his forehead, like.
Yeah.
And he already has like a big head already, which is funny too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh.
And the story just kind of explains every time someone says, "What is a Valhalla?" Oh, it's like the warriors' heaven, blah blah blah. I was like, oh, we're looking for a place of abundance. Like, what is abundance? And the story's like, abundance, lots of things, all you need. It just keeps asking questions. It's kind of funny. Oh, you want to go to the Citadel then? And Dement's like, a Watadel? I don't know, Watadel kind of got me. I think it just, like, it works as a word for some reason. It's kind of funny.
It's Chris Hemsworth has a charm in this movie.
Yeah. He has like I feel like there's like a solid amount of comedy with his character, the way he behaves. That's not like over the top, like within the latest Thor movie, for example. because Chris Hemsworth has really good comedic timing. He can do comedy really well if he's with like good people that can make movies, I guess.
Yeah, well, you see, I don't know if you see like some of the promos. All the actors ask, "How is the working on set?" Well, George Miller for making the movie. Like, Anya Taylor-Joy has like 1,000-yard stare off into the camera. So the actors are like, "Oh, it was terrible. It wasn't fun at all." Chris Hemsworth is like, "I loved it. I loved every minute of it. It was great." And everyone's like, "Oh, it's because he finally got away from Taika Waititi."
No.
Yeah. I think Chris also might have an affinity for kind of insane Australians.
Yeah. Can we give Chris Hemsworth another role where he's not a clown boy? Yeah. I
thought this was a pretty good one, honestly. Like,
yeah,
I don't think this is an incredible movie or anything, but I think it's got a strong villain.
Go watch it.
I mean, strong and not literally. He's an interesting villain in that he's a real mix of incredible strength and crippling weakness. Like,
if you want to see Chris Hemsworth in like a good role, go watch Extraction 1 and 2. They're both very good.
Yeah, maybe I'll watch Extraction 2 today.
Do it. Have you seen it before, or you just want to rewatch it?
No, we talked about this on the last episode that Rags was on.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, no, I kept on waiting for X-Ray Girl to want to watch it, and she finishes her stream so late these days. She just doesn't have the energy to be awake through an entire film. So I've been putting off Extraction because she's a fan of Chris Hemsworth for probably not the same reasons I am, and I like action movies.
What, the big muscles?
Wait, you don't like his acting?
Probably a big muscles. Yeah.
You don't like his big bare chest?
I mean, no, they're fine. Like I like jack dudes being the stars of action movies as much as the next guy does, but like,
they're only fine.
It's not the reason I'm there.
Okay, bigot.
Boppity boppity boopity.
Bigot. What I said was kind of a little gay, even.
I have to admit, that was a bit gay.
Oh, only a little? Okay. Loser.
Don't you go to a gay off with James? He's gonna win.
My choices are loser or bigot? That doesn't seem fair.
MarcTheCyborg.
Anyway. What? The Cyborg.
Oh, man.
Well, Metal's right here. I'm fine.
So let's see. Where was I? Oh yeah, they're going to the Citadel, and well,
I like this scene.
The message is basically, yo, we're gonna take over now, you little dinguses. We have like a huge, massive army of motorcycle people. So he does like a little speech, I think, where he's like trying to rile up the people that live like in these tunnels or something. It's like, everyone is gonna get water and stuff. It's gonna be great. And Immortan Joe is like, no, I have like unlimited suicide bombers that I can throw at you from up here. So get out of here.
Yeah, that's a pretty good display of authority right there.
Yeah,
like show of force. Pick any one of these guys.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Any one of them.
And it's like, look, you pick. It's like the guy who always like
he does sign language. He's like the crier, but he does like weird motions and like faking sign language.
Yeah,
I have no idea why he does that.
So he's like, you pick, and he's like, you up there, and then one of them steps over, like, no, to the right, the other one. I was like, okay, and he does like the crope thing, goes to the little ropes, looks over to Immortan Joe, and Immortan Joe in Immortan Joe style is like, you are awaited. And he just, witness me, and he just kind of slides with like two of these explodey spears down. Let's go of the things. And at first I was like, are we doing like the mediocre joke again? Like, did he just fuck up? And it was like, oh, wait, hang on, he has explodey things. He just kind of dive bombs into the masses of motorcycles and he's like, boom. It's like
there
a big explosion.
Just killed 15 of you.
Yeah.
Dude, that scene is great. After he's like, and each and every single one of them will do the same thing.
Yeah.
And he just releases all of them. Oh my god.
Yeah, and I think Scrotus says like, I know we're gonna kill you all.
Yeah, it is kind of wild that I did buy how even after that scene, Dementus actually still kind of regains a position of negotiation.
Yeah,
because he seems fuckt.
Yeah, also I agree with Immortan Joe. I agree with Swole. The Immortan Joe Society is kind of sick. It's kind of fun. I wouldn't mind exploring that a bit more. Just with like this crazy cult kind of thing going on. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can by playing the Mad Max skin.
Nice. I know there's something about this whole witness me stuff that's just kind of epic. I don't know.
Fuck, dude, you see how devoted they are too. Man, those brands at the back of their necks too. Oh.
Yeah.
It's
like when like
he has his weird spine. You see like all that metal in his spine before he jumps down too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Spray chrome into mouth. Witness me. There's something fucked up though when someone does that, dies, and then everyone goes like, "Ah, it was mediocre." it's like,
Only if they fuck up.
yeah, it's like, ugh, mediocre.
That's funny. Furiosa, the main war boy that works with Max and the heroes, is what's his name? Nux.
Oh yeah,
He's
he gets the revolver. It's like, kill the guy. It's like, witness me. Just fucking stumbles and almost falls off the war rake, and he's like, ugh, mediocre.
he just drops the revolver. It's so funny because his mouth gets sprayed like 3 times.
Yeah.
And he fails basically every time. It's so funny. And then he cries about it and gets laid.
Yeah, Jose in chat, whenever I go pee in a public restroom, witness me! Yeah, there's something fun about that kind of that society. It's really fucked up and crazy, because these guys are like bred specifically for combat or something, right? They have to get like blood transfusions all the time.
That's what it feels like.
I mean, that's because he gets the blood from Max, right? He's like basically a blood bag, and they get like new blood all the time.
Well, Max is a particularly good blood bag because he's a universal donor, so he can give blood to everyone.
Right.
I think I have the same blood type as him.
Probably.
That's weird.
But yeah, it's
negative.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, O negative, which I think is that
Universal donor.
Yeah, that's universal donor.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it's like the rarest blood type, technically standing.
I believe you can also receive any blood type.
Is that how that goes? I don't remember. One of them is I can give to everyone, and the other one is
just kind of rusty on it.
I got O positive, so I'm not that cool.
Yeah, one of them is you can give to everyone, and the other one is you can't take from anyone, which is really bad. Because one of them you can only take from the same blood type, but the other one you can just give it all away. Oh yeah, here we go. A, B, you could receive any. O, you could give to anyone. So, it's really...
Well, I got O.
Yeah, there's no.
So if you need any blood, hit me up.
Markers or an RH factor in the O negative, but there's an RH factor in the O positive, which makes it not quite as good as a donor blood, but it is still pretty common. O positive, I think, is the most common blood type.
No, guess I'm not so special after all.
But particularly with Max, that's of note is his blood is specifically mentioned as high octane.
Right.
So he has a lot of adrenaline naturally, which makes sense for his character, especially when you take into consideration with the very first movie, where he says he's starting to enjoy killing those gangs before society falls apart.
Yeah. But yeah, they get all blown to smithereens. They have like hooks where they grab a couple of motorcycles, even the big one. And at some point, Furiosa gets grabbed by these weird tunnel people that we get to see in this movie. Like, live with us, it's gonna be fine. It's like, no, you have maggots on your ear or something, because I don't want to live here. And Dementus actually makes sure that Furiosa does not stay behind. He makes sure she is safe. So it seems like he has definitely some kind of a fatherly instinct almost throughout the time they spend a little bit, because he lost like children. So I guess there's some kind of protective thoughts here that he wants to do. But then he sells her later, so I don't know how true that is.
He's not really happy about it.
No. But it's like the right thing to do for him at the time. But yeah, they flee, and it's like, man, what are we gonna do now? That was kind of fucked. We got absolutely annihilated. Oh yeah, also the whole Immortan Joe family is there, like the guy with the nipples and stuff. Like they're all here.
Well, everyone except, as I realized as I rewatched the Fury Road, everyone but the disabled midget.
Oh yeah,
walking through the telescope the entire time. Who's supposed to be the oldest of the kids, by the way. Which is
maybe he's
very weird.
Maybe he's busy getting sucked off or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, if you're gonna be busy with something,
yeah. Might as well be that. So yeah, now they kind of well, they regroup and they they go to Gastown. They check out Gastown. They see it's like, ooh, there's like a truck thing going on here. So they raid the truck, and their idea is we're gonna infiltrate the truck by painting ourselves like war boys, and we're just gonna chase the truck back, make it look like it is getting attacked. So they open the door, we can infiltrate the thing, no problemo. So they do that, but the boss man of Gastown is like, I don't know, there's something wrong there. No one is dying. And Dementus is like, that's not enough. You know what? Just shoot the people up there that are our people, which are also people of like another group they recently put into their ranks, I think is the idea.
Yeah, it's like even if it's not recent, it's like a subgroup.
Yeah.
And that guy clearly cares about his group of people.
Exactly. But they shoot him. It's like, you're a monster, Dementus. But it makes the team work. And this actually sets up them being a splinter group later on. Because this guy becomes like a mini boss for Furiosa in their first fight. So Jack's like, oh no, they went rogue. They're not with Dementus anymore. And then we have to fight with them. So that's like a little setup there as well. But yeah, they infiltrate the thing and they take over Gastown. And now they have leverage towards Immortan Joe to strike a deal. They even send like a little fingeroony to Mr. Immortan Joe, so they know he means business.
Yeah, and he recognizes it because it's, to my understanding, it's like his literal brother.
Yeah.
Which I guess could influence him a little bit in Fury Road, why he's so desperate to get his one. Well, why he's trying to make a perfect son to keep his legacy of his family.
Yeah.
Because all of his other sons are messed up.
Got a bit of a tism. Got the touch of the tism.
Well, see a big touch of it later.
Yeah, for sure. So they have a little meetup. They get there and it's like, well, you better don't do anything stupid because I rigged up Gastown to explode, and I'm the only one who knows the code, so you better don't do anything crazy or it's gonna blow up. He also put his brother in this weird device that only he holds, and I actually found a picture of this. Why is this so big? Hang on, this is not working.
That's what she said.
So it's like a thing that impales the guy's head, but it's also attached to his nipples, and I don't know why, except that's like a Mad Max thing.
I mean, it's like, it's got to be a fetish thing, right? Because they can't have a purpose. He's not holding any viable tension from those connections. Like if he's trying to keep the guy in place.
Yeah.
They can't be strong enough for him to like bear the weight of that big thing that he's,
So I put it on screen here.
Pulling back.
So
he's really...
as you can see here in the good old Nippleheimers, it's attached to this bolt here, and only Chris Hemsfield holds the thing. So he must have held that for a while. Like he got in here with this. So like he probably did that the whole time they were going up the elevator and everything.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Oh. Yeah, because he's essentially holding it in place. Because it has a spring on it. So as soon as he lets go, it just shoots straight through his skull.
Which makes me think that it's not a fail safe, so that if they try to knock it away from it, it'll immediately fire. Because if that happens, he'll let go and it will immediately fire anyway. So that can't be the function of the nipple cables. I mean, it's just got to be because he wants to, right?
And it completely rips him off too. It is.
Yep.
And he's just bleeding from the whole rest of the scene.
So yeah, that was just a weird thing that's in this movie.
Well, he's kind of a... Dementus is...
demented.
almost like Max if he would have different. He's almost like Max, but took a different direction in his life. Instead of being a loner, he decided to become a leader because he's clearly like an adrenaline junkie too, Dementus. Because he's similar to Max in that way. He's lost his family,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just wandering the waste. But instead of being alone, he's decided to take up these people and basically encourage being an adrenaline junkie.
Right. But yeah, they basically is like, hey, I'm gonna take care of Gastown for you, make it like a super fortress that's gonna be impenetrable, blah 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 blah. Just give us some more resources over there, double than what it's before. The old weird war-looking guy with the nipple thing is like, that's unsustainable and that's not working.
Oh, the man-eater?
Man-eater. Is that the man-eater? I thought the man-eater was the other one that's not in this movie.
No, man-eater is fat guy with
the fucked up leg.
In Fury Road, he's a fat guy with elephantitis who has. In Fury Road, he has a little clamp on both of his nipples.
Oh yeah,
that's movie. He only has it on one.
Oh really? I thought it was on both. Sorry, I wasn't looking at his nib specifically.
Yeah, in Fury Road, he has it on both of them. In
this
one, it looks like he only has it on one. And he looks way less fat than in Fury Road, which is a nice detail. Because in Fury Road, they need like 6 people to get him up.
Oh yeah, you just gotta push him up there. It's like, oh.
Yeah, it's. The Bullet Farmer looks way younger in this movie too. He's got like smooth skin in this movie. You look in Fury Road, he looks old, crusty. He's got bullet for teeth. In Fury Road,
he rips them out and shoots them. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then wait, was it Scrotus or Erectus who I think. Erectus is the one. Yeah, he goes like, I'm gonna take care of this. He gets like a weird clamp or something. And then Dementor's like, no, here, hold this. And he's like, huh, what? And then they kill the brother and he rips off his own nips. And he's like, whoa, ooh, whoa. And it's like, oh,
yeah,
what was...
He hardly addresses it.
It's just like, okay, well, that happens.
His nipples are torn off. It's like, oh, ow.
God, that
I was gonna say he was like
sting.
more into the nipple play than the dead guy. He's like, whoa.
The thing is, the man-eater guy is like, oh, he just kind of is on his own nipples, playing a little bit. He's like, oh. He keeps doing that constantly in this movie. By the way, he's like always like, oh.
He's always playing with it's always specifically one nipple.
Yeah.
It's
really uncomfy. I hate it. But anyway, basically, Immortan Joe's like, you know what? I'll give you like, what was like a quarter more of what was before or something, or like
it's like a quarter more potatoes.
Yeah, so he gets more, and yeah, we got a deal. But also, I want the girl, and I want your organic mechanic. And he's like, okay, you got a deal. But he's kind of hesitant because he's not happy about it. But it's definitely the right thing to do because he gets like a whole fucking town for himself. So
yeah. And the organic mechanic's like, what?
What? It's like, okay, I guess I'll work here now.
And the first.
It was fun. It's like, oh, let's ask the child, do you want to stay with Dementus? And it's like, well, she hasn't talked since the unfortunate passing of her mother. She just says, he slaughtered my mother. That's true. I did that, but I did it for her. It made her tough, or something along those lines.
He's not my dad.
He's not my dad.
So, in the first, almost immediately after he gets the organic mechanic, he immediately takes him to the bride's room.
To the what room?
To all the bride's room.
Oh yeah. So
harem.
He goes away, and then it's like, you bring her to the breeding room. That's what I call it, breeding halls. That's what I call them. Because that sounds more disgusting.
Wow. But, not in full detail though. yeah, sorry, we don't get to see any more of the milkers like we did in Fury Road.
Yeah, boo, where's my boobies?
Was my that was a weird detail rewatching that movie. It's like, oh, the mother's milk, right? And then you see all those fat chicks, and I didn't even realize they're all holding fake babies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, that's kind of depressing.
But yeah, they put them in there. We saw that Erectus is kind of, I think he plays like with the hair because it makes like little chime noises. Like she has like some flames in there.
There's a bunch of bells in her hair.
Yeah, he's like, bells. No, I like bells. But now, it gets like weird now. So, hang on, where is it? So they bring her in there. It's like, you're gonna be fine. We're gonna take care of you with all the other ladies in there. And for some reason, she hatches like a plan. Like she cuts off some of her hair, and then builds herself a wig with like wax, like candle wax, and puts it on. And like at night, Erectus just
to foreshadow her head shaving metal.
We're skipping an important detail. The organic mechanic immediately goes to the pregnant chick who's given birth, and he takes out.
Oh yeah.
He takes out what looks to be like a normal baby at first, and then it pans over, and it's a baby who has
4 legs or something.
Legs.
Yeah.
And then Joe's like, take her to the milking place.
Yeah, you're
like,
gonna be a great milk lady or something. So yeah, that happens. So I guess that's Furiosa's plan now. She's gonna do a little wig so she can run away, because and at night she gets like just grabbed by Erectus out of the hall with no one noticing. Which again, like in Fury Road, there's like no guards in front of your most valuable thingy, at least to Immortan Joe. That's like his most important asset for him, so he can have like a proper baby at some point.
And he has like 15. Right now, he has like 15 women, and by Fury
like,
Road, there's only like 5.
Yeah, so he just grabs him out, brings him to his room, which is like, you know, all a bit creepy. He's a bit of a creep. It's like, he's only playing with the hair. I don't know if there's implication there's gonna be some more stuff happening with this fucking freak, but
that's what I don't like about it though. Like, that's completely, they only did it to get her out of the belt.
Yeah,
that's why they did it. I'm like, you didn't have to do this to this character.
Yeah, you really didn't. So he just like touched the hair, but because she has like the wig, she just kind of runs away because he's just having the hair, and he can't catch up to her because she's fast, and then she just hides under a big old like tube.
Yeah, it's like a water pipe.
A water pipe thingy.
She smears like oil on her face, and she's just hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, and there's like,
and somehow no one sees her.
And then there's Crotus up there. Things like, "Hey, Rex, is anything up?" It's like, "No, nothing's fine." Then he just kind of throws away the wig, and then this chapter ends. And we never talk about her escaping Immortan Joe ever again. Were there any repercussions? Maybe, I don't know. Did you get a?
Never brought up.
Like, I mean, I found that aspect of this movie so strange that it's like she's with Immortan Joe, she's in his group, and definitely is known because he's aware of her because she came into his picture at the time Dementus took over Bullet Town, right?
Yeah.
So, or Gastown.
Gastown. Yeah.
And then she escapes, but doesn't leave the Citadel. She just goes to somewhere else and pretends to be a boy for a few years.
Yeah, a few years.
I'm just like, why? Like, what was the point of that? You're probably gonna get treated better if you're there with the women.
It's just weird because what I thought when she escaped was like, oh, she's probably gonna go back to Dementus now. She's gonna somehow make her way to Dementus, and then at some point, Immortan Joe sees her fight, and it's like, oh, she's really good. I wanted to be like a driver for me. I thought it was like the natural thing
yeah,
to
I
do.
figured that's the way it would go.
But what happens is we
especially-
end the chapter, we jump by like 15 years, or what was it, James? 15 years?
Oh, it's not 15 years yet. It's only like a handful of years.
Okay, a handful of years, but it's now Taylor Joy as the actress, basically. So she's grown
we
up
finally
now.
gotten to the star of the film entering the film.
Yeah. By the way, up
but
until this
they
point,
still try to make her look younger. They still try to make her look like shorter.
also up until this point, this movie has barely been about Furiosa. She's just kind of here for the ride. Like she just ends up here because the other characters go here. It's like you sold to this now.
I mean, she's kind of a MacGuffin for the first like
Pretty
40
much,
minutes
yeah.
of the movie.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's past 40 minutes at this point. She's like a MacGuffin all the way up until like getting with what'd you say his name was? Sam?
Jack.
Jack.
Praetorian
Another
Jack.
The other generic name. Besides John.
It's like Zam with like XAM, like Max backwards.
But yeah, that's like halfway through the movie now, around about, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, oh, man. Oh.
So Anya Taylor-Joy is only in half this movie.
Yep.
Yes.
That's actually kind of funny.
It's super weird. I don't know how. Dude, this movie's pacing is just so weird.
It's weird because we do like all these weird jumps and things happen in between every time.
And I'll argue this is where the movie gets at least a little bit better in some respects, because this is where all.
Well, we start getting action scenes now a lot more, so. And those are still fun. I don't think they're as good as in Fury Road, but I think they're still like fun to be had with these ones. They're still kind of.
Yeah, they're not without entertainment value.
No,
Like, this
no.
part of the movie's all right, if from like a entertainment standpoint.
I think the war rig is probably the best scene.
Yeah, that one is good. I like that one a bunch. But yeah, we'll get there soon enough. I mean, the next thing is probably like, was it like 20 minutes long or something? It's just her going through the ranks, basically. Like, she does like a thing where she climbs up something because she's smaller than the other ones. And it's like, you're getting a promotion now. You get to use the lever for the elevator or something. I don't know, for the
she's
cranes.
basically moving up the ranks of
yeah.
like industrial trade jobs.
Yeah, until she at some point ends up in the, I guess, like the engineering place where all the cars are.
Yeah, and building vehicles and stuff.
Yeah.
And they make a nice chrome war rig specifically that stays chrome the entire time instead of aging for 15 years. Chad is picking up on my stroke here.
They do, to be fair, they have a lot of chrome paint, it seems. Like,
Yeah.
they can be touching that up between runs for sure. I'm willing to allow for that.
It just looks nice though. It's
Yeah.
Every
overly
single one of them
fancy.
has a little thing of silver paint on them at all times.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have a picture of the Warwick here somewhere. Where is it? There it is.
It looks so good.
Yeah, I like it a bunch because that again, that one is a physical prop and it just looks really good. Oh, whoops. There, look at this. I guess like the whole thingy, it's like all chrome, the tank part of it. You got the truck
It has
in front.
Immorted Joe and all his armies decaled on both sides of it.
Yeah, it has like
Yeah,
cranes.
they're
in
like
it's like two cranes on them, or like,
It's like a relief.
excavators.
A relief? Is that what that
Yeah.
type of art would be called? Yeah,
Yeah, I
like,
believe
it's like
it's
3D
called
art, like
Right,
art that's
yeah.
been carved into the chrome. It's pretty cool.
Then you can see this here. Also, I think you can see my mouse on stream. I'm pretty sure. Can see this here. This like kind of flops out, and they can stand on it, so you can throw things better at people. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I like that a bunch, and it also has this device on it. This thingy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's the they have like a really funny name for it. I keep forgetting it. It's like Badoinka Flompy or something. It's like a really it is a Wumbo name basically. But
Yeah, it's like the Boink for Doink or some shit. It's
yeah,
hilarious.
as you can see, it's like chains with like morning stars on the bottom of like spiked balls and like
It's
spins.
something it seems like you'd encounter at a Castlevania boss fight. Like it's pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's a fun Warwick. I like it a bunch. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, it's too bad we never. Do we only ever see it turn on the one time?
Twice. Once he
I
once
guess used twice.
once against the guy here, and once in the bullet farm.
It is used. Okay, yeah. Bullet Farm. I remember more of the other parts of it.
Yeah, but
Like
yeah,
Rocket
we
Launcher.
again, she just goes through the ranks and ends up there, and she basically plants herself on the bottom of the Warwick so she can herself and a bicycle, I think, like a motorcycle. She has
And
like
a bunch of
strapped down,
supplies.
and then a bunch of supplies.
Batch.
And I think her idea is to drop there at some point or whenever they stop, and then she can just go to the green place again. So I think that was her idea, to get away, right?
Give or take, yeah.
Something like that. But the Warwick gets attacked by the rogues we talked about earlier, that are now a splinter group of the Dementis crew. And they have like a big old fight. It's just fun. There's like lots of fun things. Again, there's some obvious green screen things in here that I really didn't like. It's just really annoying. That's it. Where I wish I had like a proper copy of it to like get some good screenshots, but you can't really. Obviously, it's just in the cinema, so there you go. But
I think a lot of the shots of the people in cars looked very specifically green screen.
Yes,
like of the people in the cockpit. I mean, cockpit, for lack of
there's a
better
bunch
term,
of
the
those.
Cabin.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those where it zooms in and it's like, oh, that doesn't look right. There's definitely a green screen going on. Did Mootle name the silly things in this movie? The tribe leader Frimblo Grimblo and his whiz wombat
Bingus
friends.
Dingus. I like Bingus Dingus.
Bingus Dingus, yeah.
Oh, dude, I don't know, man. Nothing tops that Road Warrior though.
The gay berserkers.
Yeah, the Gaylord Berserkers and the
Gay Boy Berserkers.
The Smegma. What is it? Smegma.
Yeah, Smegma something. that was out of left field. I didn't expect that. It was so funny.
So funny. Hold on, I gotta scroll up to find it now because
yeah, that wasn't.
That
must have been in the other group. I'm pretty sure.
No, oh, here it is. It's in the DMs. The Smegma Crazies and the Gay Boy Berserker.
The Smegma Crazies is so fucked, dude.
It's so funny.
It's really
Can't
funny.
for the way with the modern interpretation of Road Warriors being homophobic because Max is doing nothing but killing gay people.
Oh no. Max, you can't be that based.
Oh, now
he's killing the Gay Boy Berserkers, but they just want to have a good time.
They just eat 1 or 2 people a day, but that's not that problem. Matic.
Eat, if you know what I mean.
Oh my god!
But yeah, just a fun action scene overall. As it is a spinny device that they use to kill the boss guy at the end. The enemies have like parachutes going on, and they kind of slide on like shoes on the ground and then start floating, so they can throw the explodey spears at people from above. So that's kind of cool. The way they get from the actual car to the tank part is like a little swing device where it kind of reminds me of the pole.
Fury Road too.
Well, those were more like the poles, wasn't it? Was it this kind of thing also there, where they like kind of use the momentum to go back and forth? Because that's like the thing in the middle between the backside, the tank, and the vehicle in front. There's like a thing they use to just kind of use momentum to just kind of go over there.
Oh.
Yeah, so
like
on the Warwick they have one that
is
goes
swivel
straight
the
up.
word I'm looking for? Like it swivels back and forth. It's probably not the right word. I don't know. Again, I wish I could just show it somewhere.
I think it popped up in the trailer for a second. It basically has a pole that sticks up
Yeah.
with the counterweight on the bottom, and they used that to scout things out.
Let's see. I do have the trailer right here, so maybe
Yeah,
you
you
can
saved like a
see it.
second.
But yeah, they have like the thing that plops out, so they can stand on that to throw explodey spears. We got the flying boys. That's kind of fun. Sorry, I'm just checking if I can find the thing here somewhere in the trailer. Doesn't seem
It's
like
in there. I saw for a second. It might be at the beginning.
It might just be a real quick shot.
Yeah, but some of the flying boys, because they're using like gliders and whatnot, some of them have motorized fans on their back, so they can actually direct themselves back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought those were a little strange. Well, I mean, I guess though it's sort of not too far off from the pilots thing in Road Warrior, but I appreciated the ones that were more like paragliding, where it was tied to one of the vehicles. Like that one seemed to make more sense.
Oh yeah, you had it for a second there.
I could only see like the top part of it. I was kind of hoping for like a side view. Oh, I think I found it. Okay, hang on. That's the one. That's the Juan.
Juan. Yeah, I think it.
So there you go. This thing right here. You should see my mouse again. So this thing just kind of swings from here to there. So they kind of just jump onto it, use the momentum to get over there and back and forth. So that's just kind of a little fun thing they have physically on there as well. So it's just kind of cool. That's like where all the charm of Mad Max is. I just love all the physical stuff they do. The props, just awesome. You love to see it.
The designs for the makeshift stuff looks realistic for the most part too. It's just, especially when you look at like the first Fury Road, all the cars look real, like they could actually work for the most part, even if they do some faking.
But yeah, some cool explosions, car crashes, all the good stuff you would expect. And the fight, the action also has some stakes because the rig loses power because there's like a fuel line that, I don't know, fails. And he has like a mechanic with him that does like stuff. And he's like the actual Giga Chad of this movie. He's like a fucking hero, dude. Because he goes down there, like they kind of climb on the bottom of the thing so they can do repairs while they're driving around. But he gets like, I don't know if he gets shot or he definitely just can't hold on, and he falls off. I think Furiosa kind of gets him, and he's surprised that she's there. But in his final moment, he's like, well, I'm not gonna make it. Here, take the spare part and deal with it so you get out of here. And then he just loses grip and dies. So, absolute Giga Chad. What a fucking hero. Good boy, good man. I really enjoyed him. He doesn't have a name or anything. He just he's a Giga Chad, and I think he deserves praise. There you go.
Yeah. And while all this is going on, Furiosa's just desperately holding on to a good motorcycle.
Yeah.
Because she got tripped. She lost all the food already. She's like, oh.
Yeah, she's not having a good time down there. It's not easy going for her. But yeah, she realized like, okay, I need to do something, so she goes there and puts the spare part in, which I think is just like a coat, like another coating thing for the fuel line, so no more fuel gets out or something like that. But she deals.
Yeah, it's a hose replacement.
Yeah, she deals with that. On top, like all kinds of shit is happening, explosion stuff. The cranes are just picking up other cars and throwing them over. It's just good fun. It's good fun. Not too.
Yeah, the crane
bad.
arms were really cool.
Yeah. But yeah, she goes back up. Jack's like, "Fuck are you?" But anyway, there's people to kill, so they kind of just go in protagonist mode and just kill everyone that reaches them. Pretty much, they have like some guns going around. What does she do? Oh, she goes like on top because the big boss man isn't like in this big craft coming around.
His motorcycle is literally lifted up into the air.
Yeah, he has like this
before
crazy,
stopping.
this crazy big air balloon thing behind him as well. It's like a big squid that flies through the air. So, but yeah, he gets trapped in the big badonkadonk thing and gets squished by that, and we win. But Furiosa, she's not here to make friends. She threatens the guy. It's like, stop right now, get out. And he's like, whatever. He just hits the brakes. She just kind of falls into the cockpit, and he kicks her out immediately and just drives off. And I found that really good.
Yeah,
I like that.
He knows exactly what to do. He has the timing nailed.
Yeah, because he's like portrayed as like this super veteran driver, and I bought it immediately. It's like, yeah, good shit.
Also, he like lives in that truck.
Yeah. Like it took him like it took him like 2 seconds to get rid of her. It's like, yeah, whatever, get the fuck out.
and as he drives off, she screams like a little fucking baby, and then turns around and slowly starts limping.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do now?
Yeah, I think fighting through all of that to just get kicked out onto the road and die in the wasteland.
Yeah.
Like, that would suck.
But, of course, he recognizes that, well, you might be rough around the edges, but you did some really good work, and I lost all my crew right now and have to start over, and I want you in. I'm going to teach you everything I know about the road and the wasteland, and you can do whatever you need to do. No questions asked. And when he said that, she was like, you know what? That sounds good. I'm in. And he wants to give him back the gun that she has. He's like, oh, you keep it. You'll need it. And now they teamed up. And I think that's the next chapter, Dunzo.
Yep, and now is the big time skip, which she mentioned. It's been like 15 years.
Yeah, so they've been around for a long time now. Like she's like fully part of the team. They probably had like tons and tons of gun runs and support runs and whatever, like all kinds of things. So they're like a well-oiled machine, if you will. But yeah, we just kind of see them go on like a bit of a run. They go to the bullet farm. That's the first time we see the bullet farm in general. And that's where we said earlier, it's like a big quarry that is like a factory down there. And we learn from the boss man in there, it's like, you know what? That Dementus guy, he doesn't have any control over the fucking Gastown thing. This thing is going to shit. We should do like a war meeting and get rid of him immediately. Also, here's the boomstick you ordered, and he gets like a double-barreled shotgun that Jag gifts.
It's very
Furiosa.
much the Road Warrior shotgun.
It is definitely the Road Warrior shotgun. It's just a short-barreled, double-barreled shotgun, as you know it. After that, they drive to Gastown. People are just rioting. Dementus has like no control over the population there whatsoever.
His room's a mess that he's taken over.
Yeah, they bring like food and everyone's rioting, and he just kind of gets them out. Furiosa gets stabbed in the shoulder, and there's something funny. I'm gonna skip ahead here a little bit because I don't know if they did this intentionally, but I feel like they almost tease you to believe that, oh, this is when she loses her arm. Like she gets stabbed in the shoulder. It's like, oh, is this gonna like infect? And she loses her arm. It's like, no, they're just gonna patch it up. It's gonna be fine. It's like, oh, okay. Later, she gets exploded, basically, by a rocket launcher. It's like, this is where she loses her arm. It's like, nope, still not. And then later, her arm gets, like, fucking annihilated by a big-ass wheel.
Oh, yeah, it gets stuck.
It's
that's just
fucked.
I mean, that's not even technically what makes her lose her arm, either.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we get to that. I'm actually not entirely sure how that all worked out, but... yeah, her arm gets completely shredded.
I think back to Road Warrior, where the guy sticks his arm slightly too close and he gets sucked into the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
That's not at all what happens to Furiosa.
Right.
Because her arm gets like rammed against her.
Yeah, it's a very clean run over.
Yeah, it gets grinded basically. It's lovely.
Yeah. But yeah, we basically have like the. I mean, we still have another chapter, but this is basically like the all the end action sequences that are happening now. Um, because they go to Gastown, everything is in shambles. The man is like, "Oh, follow me if you want to get out of here," but we can't actually give you any fuel or gasoline because, well, no one is working anymore or something like that. So they can't actually. They don't even have any supplies for them. So they do get out. Furiosa gets stabbed, but it's actually like not a big deal at all. And they go back
Yeah,
to
and
this.
he wants a war meeting in 3 days, is what he says.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. And yeah, they go back to the Citadel, tell him it's like, yo, we don't have any supplies from Gastown. And they're like, well, time to get all the bullets. You're gonna go back to the bullet farm. You grab all the bullets you can fit, and then we're gonna go fuck up Gastown and get it back. That's the plan. We then get like a.
Hopefully without blowing it up.
Sorry?
And they're hoping to not accidentally blow up Gastown in the process.
Right, yeah. Then we have like a scene between Jack and Furiosa, where I guess that's their way to show us, look, they're friends now, they're bonded. Because Jack also talks about like his parents and that they wanted to do something virtuous or something. I don't know. I'll be honest, I didn't give a shit what they had to say here. So,
Oh my god, they love each other.
I didn't even
That's
get
nice.
I didn't even get romantic feels out of this or vibes. It's just
Well, it's hard to tell. I don't.
like
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those like yeah, they kind of like each other, I guess, but who knows?
yeah, we just
I
skipped
don't know.
15 years. I can accept that they're getting closer, but I don't know what else I'm gonna take from this. Because I think he just tells him about the green place, right? And it's like, you should come with me, or is that later? I don't know, but she does that at some point.
Are they gay or are they European? next
Is there a
episode.
difference?
But yeah, they got closer over the years,
Yes.
obviously, because they've done like thousands of fucking runs or whatever. And yeah, I mean, fine. I don't care though. I haven't seen these characters interact since now.
Not enough. Not nearly enough. Even though it really does feel like it's made up for it in the bullet farm sequence.
Then they go towards the bullet farm. They give Furiosa a car with 2 bicycles on it. She's gonna be like the follower, the scouter, the spotter, or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe this was like a thing where they're supposed was like, oh, you can take those with all the supplies and then fuck off if you want to or something. Not sure.
Well, that was the original deal. It's like, oh, you can go with the supplies and whatnot when your training's done.
Mm-hmm.
And then he decides to go in the previous scene in the weird not confession.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why there's 2 bikes. But the idea is, I think they're probably going to take off after they pick up the delivery.
Yeah.
That's why he's setting up that guy. He's fucking boosting that guy's ego hardcore.
Yeah. I'm gonna get to drive the Warwick? Yeah, of course. Whoa. I mean, that's a big deal for a war boy. There.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
You probably like never expected that to happen.
No. But yeah, they get to the bullet farm, but oh no, it's a big old setup because somehow Dementus managed to also take over the bullet farm. I don't know how the fuck he managed that, to be honest. Because his gas sound is already in absolute chaos. He is barely able to contain anything there. But I guess he also managed to get the bullet farm now.
My only guess is he had all the civilians play it up for a show. I guess because remember when they get there, they drop off all the supplies, but they didn't get the gas in return.
Mm-hmm.
So my guess
maybe,
is because his whole thing too is theatrics to a degree. He wants everything to be epic, so he pretends everyone at Gastown is fucking going crazy.
Rioting,
yeah, and he specifically asked for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And Morton Joe's thinking, well, I can get ahead of them with this. But as soon as they left, he must have immediately jumped for the Bullet Farm, and Bullet Farm won't know better.
I guess so. I mean, I don't have a better explanation.
That's the only way I can think of doing it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a big setup. They ambush the war rig. Well, Jack basically tells Furiosa to fuck off and get to safety and go away with the resources. But no, they are friends now, so she goes back and they have like a big old shootout going on. He drives the war rig into the bullet farm, crashes into some peeps, uses the big old badonkadonk thing on the back, crushes some with this. Furiosa gives sniper support. Right here? That's not even a real sentence that I wrote here. But yeah, she gives sniper support. Doesn't really miss a shot. Demendis is like hiding, and he managed to get the RPG that the other guy used, reloads it, uses another guy as cover, and shoots at Furiosa. She kind of gets blown up, but it's not really that big of a deal because nothing happens to her.
Yeah, it blows up the cliff face.
Yeah.
And it buries her for a second, which it would be way harder to dig yourself out of that.
Yeah. The Warwick kind of.
I know, I've been buried still.
Yeah, the Warwick kind of crashes over like a hole, and it holds on barely. Furiosa goes down with the motorcycle, gets him with a hook. They get out of there and drive away. It's like all big explosions and shooty bangs. It's fine. I don't know. It's fine. I find it weird to see a Mad Max movie where they just have like normal shootouts because I'm so used to ammo being like an issue.
Because even in Fury Road with the shootouts, it's still like half the people that they're shooting at are like on vehicles. They're throwing bombs on vehicles that they're shooting out of the air.
Like here, there's like on the ground. Jack's just running around with his little rifle, and just does shooting. It's just I don't know, it's fine, but it feels weird in the Mad Max movie. You're just used to them being on cars and rigs and just fucking shit up that way.
It's super awkward too, because I've been replaying the game, and basically the only firearms are flamethrowers on cars, your shotgun, and snipers.
Interesting.
And you can only hold like 3 bullets on base.
Mm.
And I think you can upgrade it to like at most 7. And this doesn't count the shells loaded in your weapon too. So, because you can get up to like a 4-barrel shotgun, they each individually holds a round, so you can hold 4 rounds, and max bandolier is like 7 additional rounds.
Okay, so you can have like 11 at most. Okay.
Yeah, but you only start off with 4 in the beginning with a single round pipe, because it's like a pipe shotgun is what you have throughout the game. So you can only hold 1 loaded and then 3 on backup.
Yeah.
So they try to make you use it sparingly. Even when you level up, it's got to be used somewhat sparingly. And it works because the outpost you take out later on get bigger and bigger.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Right. Oh yeah, they get followed by Demendis and some peeps. They kind of get rid of a couple of them as best as they can. At some point, Furiosa's arm gets shredded, and they get flipped over by Demendis because I think a big like monster truck kind of dealio that just runs them over, and they do a little flippy do. And they're out.
At this point, her arm is non-functional, but it's still attached.
It is still attached, yes. Yeah, I mean, they kind of torture Jack for a while. He gets dragged behind a motorcycle. They go like in a circle for, I don't know, 12 hours or something. It's like very long. Like it goes from daytime to nighttime.
Yeah, we never even get to see what happens to his body afterwards. He just gets dragged. He gets chewed up by dogs. And he's
he's not having a good death. He's having a very cruel death for sure. and they do like a circle around it, like they drive around and they do a lot of dust. And at some point, the man is like, "Okay, that's enough. Let's check on what Furiosa is doing." And all they find is the upper part of her arm, and she took a motorcycle and drove off. How the fuck?
I'm sorry, but how are you touching the clutch? That's like
Yeah.
that's insane.
I didn't
You
even think
see the clutch.
I didn't even think about that, but I don't like. They're surrounded by people that drive in a circle the whole time. Nobody is watching her while she's on that thing, like at all. Like she's basically in the middle of everything.
How does no one see anyone just randomly take off?
Yeah,
How do you
and
not see that?
how
'Cause
did
even
she?
with-
How did
'cause
she
even the
even?
timescape? It's not even that dark either. You can still see.
Yeah. Also, how did she rip the rest of her arm off? I mean, how?
That's the thing. You're so looking forward to how she loses her arm, you never actually find out. You just know she kind of had to because it was fucked. But
Yeah.
And then she takes off into the desert where Bikes runs out a motorcycle and they get a fucking Max cameo. And I'm like, why though?
yeah,
That was weird.
What?
That was so weird. So just to catch everybody up. So she drives off. They kind of try to follow her, but she's too far away already. She goes goes over the hill or something, whatever. As you said, motorcycle breaks down. She walks. She crumbles to the floor. She collapses. And then we do like a wide shot, and there's just Max hanging out, eating out of his can. And I guess the implication is he brought her to the Citadel.
No, I think it's used as a red herring. It's like, oh, she met Max earlier and he was a dick. And no, it's old back at grandma.
it's just an Easter egg cameo.
Yeah, it's just a fucking
Okay.
cameo. I'm like, why would he be in this area at all? Why?
That's so weird. That's even weirder then. He's just like, look, he's here, allegedly, implied. We don't see his face or anything, but he has his can. Mm-hmm.
You look at the credits.
Unless he was in the Citadel for a really long time in that prison, and that's right before he gets captured by the War Boys.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think so.
Mm.
That's just silly.
But yeah, it's just a weird thing.
Isn't that the reason he would be there, though?
Yeah, but that's way too early, dude. Come on.
Yeah, the timeline's fucked.
It's way too early because after that is the 40-day war.
Yeah. 40 days.
Yeah.
And Mentis is it. It's it's just annoys me. I don't know. They just did it to do it, and I'm like, why? Just keep. You should have just not have Max in. That's something that also annoys me. The end of the movie, it's just all Fury Road, fucking.
Oh yeah,
they pretty much show you the whole movie.
Yeah, they show you the whole movie at the end in snippets. It's just really weird.
It's oh my god.
It's not even like for more of this story, go watch Fury Road. It's like no, here's basically Fury Road.
Yeah.
Here's your highlights. Enjoy. And I'm like, is there? I don't even know if there's like an after scenes credit or any dumb shit like that. I left the theater like partway through that. I'm like, why am I? I'm not.
There's
I'm
nothing
not
after
staying for
this. I stayed. And I checked
Yeah,
online if there's an after credit scene. There's none. I don't know what it
I'll
would
go
be
home
anyway.
and watch Fury Road. Damn it.
Yeah. Also, keep talking. I'll be right back.
You little piss baby.
I'm not a piss baby.
I'm a piss man.
But yeah, I mean, I guess we're getting pretty close to the end of the movie at this point. How you feel so far? Did you like this movie more than Fury Road?
I thought I did slightly, and then the more I thought about it, I'm like, this is just annoying me. Like nothing, like the easy repercussion for like losing her as a child would be like, oh, Rictus is going to get like executed for losing a wife, and Scotus decides to step up and take his place. So he gets exiled or executed, and that's why he's not in Fury Road. That's the easy explanation for that. But no, there's no punishment for that. So I'm like, what? Why though? And of course, the arm thing, it's just so dumb. I don't.
Yeah, the rules don't seem super solid to me. Not to say that they don't take some care at times, but it seems like the connections and how this world works, when compared to Fury Road, because I think it's almost even fair at this point to discount the other 3 from these 2. I see so many things that seem strange about it, and that's the thing that's thrown me off about it. Well, overall though, I did have a pretty fun time watching this movie. Like it's not worth watching. It's just not very good.
Yeah,
I guess that's kind of.
It's like you watch it at home, you skip decent chunks of this movie to get the more, like you get to the second half of the movie.
Generally, I wouldn't recommend skipping parts of the movie on a first watch, just because hey, I mean, you might end up clicking with the story more than any of us did, and you might end up enjoying it. So I tend to not recommend people do that, but. I mean, yeah, definitely. I'd say definitely check it out.
Yeah, that's fair. It's worth a watch, but I'm like, I'd rather just rewatch Road Warrior. I'd rather rewatch Fury Road again, but even then, I'm like, the game. I just enjoy the game better. So instead of just watching, I could fucking do it myself. I can pull the 180.
Give it a shot at some point.
I will pull the 180 and fucking ram directly into another car and pull out my shotgun and shoot the driver.
I mean, that does sound fun. I do look forward to checking this game out, though.
I will use Chum Bucket to shoot a harpoon and rip the driver out of their car and take their fucking shitty car.
Hello, I'm back.
It does sound like you at least have a lot of weapons. Is Metal back? Is that I thought
I'm back. Yes, hello.
Hello.
I will have my revenge, Alan.
No, Metal's been killed. There's a new guy.
No, it's totally me.
He sounds angry.
I will play Burnout with you.
Dude, I can't stop thinking about that Oni Plays animation with Simpsons. It's my favorite. It's so, you're not the woman I married.
Oh my god.
When Homer popped up yesterday, I had to try so hard to not just yell that out immediately. So funny. Fucking die!
Did you watch the hypothetical girlfriend / Tiny Hitler one?
Oh yeah, I saw that episode where that happened before. I've known about this. I didn't see the animation though. It's just funny.
The animation is so funny. The tiny.
I might want to give some context because even I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh
so
god,
people in the audience might not either.
Hold on, let me grab every link real quick and just put it in here.
Wait, is this a tangent that we need to go down though, or should we stick to Furiosa and try to get through the rest?
We'll get through that quickly enough. There's only like action scenes going on.
Yeah, we could take a small tangent because Oni Plays is beautiful.
Wait, can we? But we can't watch it on the stream, right? Like these are videos.
Well, don't worry about that.
I don't want to watch anything right now.
Yeah, like I don't want to take a break from the podcast we're doing
well,
to
not
watch
right
some
now.
videos.
This is
No.
for later.
Yeah,
this is for you later. Calm down. This is for you.
Well,
later,
then it's not a tangent, is it?
Well, it was a tangent for a second.
Thought you want to talk about something. No, yeah. I mean,
yeah, no, and I thought images were gonna come up. And I was like, yeah, you're posting like 5 videos here, man. Like you can't.
No, it's not 5. It's just
they're at
4.
the second tower.
Okay, I missed it.
Fuck. Just turn it to any channel.
Any channel. This is funny that that's in an episode of Only Plays. So good.
Oh my god, I can't believe it's in Smiling Friends. It's so funny.
Have you guys heard about what's going on with Wendy Goon? I think some dumbasses are shitting on him again. Leave the boy alone. He's a good lad.
So it's a this is the tangent. Here we go. It's a horror story VTuber type deal.
Right.
And basically, he made a 3-hour-long video, and it's literally him being a little asshole, just saying, "Oh, all these
that's a guy that is like, because of them, I'm not successful on YouTube. Boo-hoo.
Yeah, and he says it's because they're either conservative or
yeah.
something else, I don't remember.
If you're friends with them, you're a bad person. Yeah, I've seen that. It's fucking dumbasses. Stop fucking crying. Jesus Christ.
And the funniest part is, I think Wendigoon has covered him before and said positive things like, "Yeah, go support him."
Well, that's
So he's
great.
left a comment and he's like, I don't know what I did to make you mad, but I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think I saw Mark. Well, not you, Mark. The other Mark from
Mark After Dark? Yeah,
yeah.
he's talked about it in
Apparently
the
he'd been
video
talked
too.
about. I saw him talking about it on Twitter. It's like, wait, I like how Mark he's like not even that around that much anymore because he still does like other projects from what I understand, and like he still gets shit on sometimes. And it's like, leave him alone. He's not even doing anything.
He's such a
nice guy.
Yeah.
He's such a wholesome little rat boy. I don't know why.
Yeah. He's funny. He was fun around.
He has the wrong haircut.
He's wrong. Yeah. Oh my god. Listen, I don't like that haircut style, anyways. But I'm like, come on, really? You just
I think on Twitter a couple days ago, someone was like saying he has racist hair.
Racist hair? What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh no, it's the black woman buns all over again.
Oh, I hate when I have a haircut and it's suddenly a swastika. That's so fucked. I hate racist haircuts.
Well, you remember the whole debacle about the what's it called? The chick in the hell is that game? The Nintendo game with the animals. I forget.
Animal Crossing?
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. There we go. It's
Yeah.
the Animal Crossing where the chick had space buns on her hair, and people are like, "That's black hair. You can't have that on a white person." I'm like, Princess Leia has that hair. What?
Well, I think what was funny is Mark was getting shit for having white guy hair.
Yeah.
It's not even like he was appropriating other hair. It's just he had hair that was too typical of a white racist, apparently.
Yeah, and he's racist.
Your
because
beard
he
is
said
very Nazi moodle. Damn it.
He said, and the fucking guy was like, "Oh, you're racist because he said my stuff is bad." I'm like, maybe it is bad. All I hear, have you considered that?
So it's like the nicest guy and only hates PDF files, fake Christians, and people that want to hurt others. Yeah, he just seems like a fucking nice lad. I always like watching his stuff.
The people are going through his other videos. He said the cannibals from the hills have eyes were justified. And I'm like, oh, did you watch that movie? What?
I didn't, but you have to make a pretty good argument for me to accept that cannibalism is the right way.
Especially because they're in modern day. It's not
Yeah.
like they can't get food.
They didn't
Yeah,
survive a plane crash and had to make a tough choice. Oh man. Well, there's your tangent. We did it.
Yeah, there you go.
All Wendy good wants to do is watch analog horror. Yeah. Dude,
What? You just
Papa
watched
Meat
Lost
not
Boys.
knowing about the basic analog horror things or like the like Ben Drowned and stuff like that. He doesn't know
That's
that.
related stuff I don't know.
He doesn't know those. It's just even I know those, and I don't even dabble in that shit that much. What a fucking loser, am I right? Why don't you know everything I know?
Exactly. Why don't you know everything I know and like the things for the reasons I like it?
Exactly.
That's why I can't show you nice things.
Why don't you use the canon that I know all the time? Because we said we're gonna use this one, and this is why this way. Fuck you! Fuck you! Anyway,
You're playing Zelda wrong, Metal. You're supposed to get the bling blong before the swords.
but it works this way too. No, dude. I think the worst one where I ever had that is when it's like all the way back when I had like 1 or 2 viewers on Twitch, and I was playing Undertale on stream. And like Randy's came and it's like, are you killing the enemies? It's like, yeah, I'm just playing. It's like, you have to do pacifist. Like, no, I don't.
Use the carry counter.
Use
What
the
are you
security.
doing?
Dude, there's like one thing that's really funny and I'll forget. Mala was like doing like a stream of I think it was Super Mario Sunshine. Like just having drinks, and he put speedrun in the title, and like speedrun watchers goes, you can't put speedrun in the title. It's like, fuck off. Of course you can.
It doesn't mean it'll be good.
No, gosh, whatever. The internet, it's a wild place.
It just reminds me of the Halo speedrun catastrophe where this guy said he could speedrun Halo 2, a legendary, and he had to turn it all the way down to easy to make the run. It was bad.
An attempt was made.
Anyway,
Furiosa. Yeah, she lost her arm. She's on her way back. She wakes up in the tunnels below the citadel, where like all kinds of corpses with maggots are there. There's maggots on her arm, so that thing is heavily infected, I guess.
Oh no, that's the fun part about maggots. Maggots eat the dead flesh, so you don't get infected.
Oh, fine.
And the funniest part too is it's a maggot farm, which I specifically know because that's also in the game.
Oh, okay. Are they just using it for like food or something, like nourishment?
Yeah, so I don't know how the hell maggots just spawn out of nowhere, but essentially maggots will spawn and just eat dead flesh, and then you could just eat them. So,
yeah,
that's a food item in the game too. You could find the occasional rotting corpse with maggots in it, and if you need health real quick, you just eat the maggots.
Fun.
Great.
So she wakes up. There's like this old hag. Just get comfortable. It's all gonna be all right. She's like, fuck no, I'm out of here. Fuck this shit. But yeah, she gets out. She makes herself known to the guy on the elevator. It's like, I'm Bradorian, the Furiosa. It's like, oh, what happened to you?
Yeah.
This is funny.
That would be like, well, what the fuck? Like, why would you be where you are right now?
Yeah. And she goes to Immortan Joe, and it's like, yo, shit's fucked, by the way. He got Bullet Farm. And they're like, well, time to go to war, basically. And that's what they do. And then we get, well, not even a montage, just a panning shot, and it's like, and so the 40-day Wasteland War begins. And we...
Yeah, and this is probably the most wasted opportunity. Like, this is the 40-minute segment I wanted. You could have done the child sequence in 5 minutes.
Could have done like a fucking big ass action scene with everything, like all kinds of crazy shit. That would be great. But we don't get that. And this is where she gets her new arm.
Oh, but before that.
Oh, go ahead.
So the plan that they talk about for dealing with Dementus, because the idea is Dementus wants Immortan Joe to leave to go straight for Gastown, because Gastown's obviously going to be open.
Mm-hmm.
And so they decide, well, we'll just fake it. We'll send some of our forces here, some of our forces there, and we'll trap them. Which, of course, considering that one of the most historical moments leads to the 40-day war, Joe, why don't you remember this? A few years later, in Fury Road, when you abandoned everything. Why you do this, Joe? I get that your wives, but really? Not gonna send some Gastown people to Citadel or some Bullet Farm people? No? Okay.
Nope.
Just leave it open.
No, he's gonna take all the people with him on his little adventure. They don't need any guards anywhere anymore.
Thank you. Good. Thank you for somehow making Fury Road worse. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, it's awesome. But
actively blue balling us. Thank you.
So do like 40-day war stuff, and it's like, well, Furiosa needs her arm, so she goes to the mechanic thingy, and it's like a wheelchair or something, and it has the arm on it, and she just kind of puts it on her shoulder, does like some stuff, and it works. I don't know, why can't she do that? Don't they have like people for that?
Presumably it took longer to design than what they showed. Otherwise it really makes no sense.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I just don't know why she does it. I thought they had like people that do like augmentation stuff in the Citadel. Why aren't they doing that?
Why wouldn't it be like a multi-person project where she works on something and she has other people help her? They're so fucking helpful. Later,
So yeah,
Oh yeah, she has no time. She basically takes no time to learn how to use the arm.
oh yeah, it just works. It just works. It
Yeah,
was
it's
made
like
by
Evil
Todd
Dead 2
Howard.
rules. It's like puts the chainsaw on and it's just groovy.
Groovy.
Well,
It's one of those situations.
Well, even that is more understandable. It's like he's been using the chainsaw already, so now he just has to use it as an extension of himself. In this, it's like you have to relearn to use an arm. And even then, Ash doesn't even lose most of his arm. He only uses like half his part. She loses it to where it's just like a stub right above the.
Yeah, she's
elbow.
above elbow. He's below elbow.
But yeah, that's apparently in general that's technology they have and can implement, which I don't know, it's pretty impressive. Just in the wasteland, but yeah. Well, that's how she got her arm. It was just in a wheelchair, and she just tacks it on basically, and there you go. We're basically at the end stretch here now. Because Furiosa says, "Well, if you find Dementus, he's mine." But basically, at the end of the 40-day war, she is like, "I need a car." And I think, is that Chum Bucket that's in there? He kind of...
He looks like Chum Bucket,
Yeah.
but
It's probably
I
not
don't
him.
think he is.
Yeah.
Unless the credits say otherwise, but I didn't.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't read the credits. But he's like, I got one. It's like a fucking completely broken car with only 3 wheels, and they kind of just strap a piece of wood on it that drags on the floor, and she basically just uses to get to the front line, I guess, or whatever is left of the front line. And it's like, oh, she's got a wheel that fits on this thing, and they're gonna just repurpose it, and she takes that thing plus some weapons, I think, and then she's gonna go out and hunt Dementus, because I think he basically lost at this point. He's just trying to get away now. I think that was the idea here.
Yeah, she just fucking steals Crotus's car.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, she hunts after them. He's like with his little troop of people. Like, we have the one lady who we saw in the beginning that won the battle royale, the guy with only one eye from the beginning. It's like his little group of goobers. And they have to split up because they see someone is following them. She kind of shoots some random people once or twice with a sniper rifle. And then she follows one that goes to the right. I think he gets shot. Then the other one gets beaten up by other enemies that are waiting for someone to get around.
The crier falls into the what's it called? The sand pit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which I don't. Was that ever set up? I don't think that's ever set up in this movie. He just drives into a sand pit. And
No,
gets
that's
sucked
just a sand pit here.
Yeah, and then the one-eyed guy gets beat by the cannon people.
Yeah. And then she goes for the last one, which is a Dementus. He did a smart thing. He did give the other one his little parachute cape thingy and the big rig he uses with the like 3 motorcycles on it or something. I don't know, but he does
chariot.
Yeah, chariot with motorcycles basically.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
But yeah,
don't know how well it would handle.
And he goes into a sandstorm, and we cut away, and he wakes up. He made like a little bit of shelter for him to have a little sleep. When he wakes up, he hears a noise and also realizes one of his tires is missing on his motorcycle. And yeah, Furiosa has already dismantled everything. He tries to shoot her, but she also took all the ammunition. And she kind of plays around with him, like he tries to get closer to her in the car. She drives away. He tries to get away. She drives after him. Stuff like that. And someone's like, whatever, I'm not going to escape. I'm just going to kneel here and await my punishment, basically. Then he gets like a little bit of a monologue going on. It's like, well, where's my notes? I lost it.
You're to your right. Was that correct?
Sorry?
Said they're to your right. Was that correct?
No, they're in front of me on screen, but I was not in the right place with the scrolly wheel. It's basically a thing where it tells her, "Oh, you can't really do anything to me that will give you the reaction you need to feel better," or I can't even, because she keeps yelling like, "Give my childhood back, give me my mother back." It's like, well, I would if I could, but I can't, and I know what you mean. I lost my family too. I also had a big belly of revenge that I wanted to dish out, but yeah, if you can't do me fast, maybe you can do me slow, but nothing you can punish me with is gonna give you anything back that's gonna satisfy you. That's the basic gist of it, if I got that right.
Or as Daily Dose put it so easily, we're not so different, you and I.
Yeah.
I don't need another one of those "we're not so different" speeches. I get those a lot.
And then he spazzes out. He's like, I don't know if was it supposed to be a seizure or something from all the beatings he just took with the rifle, with the gun.
I have no idea. I don't know what.
Either that or he was trying to fake it. I'm actually not entirely sure. Like, he really goes like, no, and falls over and looks like he's unconscious. But after this, he's like, yeah, basically okay. Like, he gets punched a bit. And then it just, we get like a narration going on. It's like something, they just, yeah, go ahead.
But the quick symbolism of her giving up her innocence by grabbing the Mantis' teddy bear.
Oh, yeah.
Who I just realized the connection of, oh, it's also missing an arm. It has a fake arm replacing it.
Oh, okay. Sure.
It's just like her. It's just like her. She gives
like
it
poetry rhymes.
But yeah, we get some narration going on. It's like something, she took away his ability to speak, and they just stood there in silence for the rest of the day, and then he shot him in the face. Some of them think he got dragged around the desert until he dies, or some of them think he got crucified, like the mother or something. It's not the exact words they use. They put a bit more nicer than I am, but I didn't write it all down word for word, obviously. But then he just says, oh, but the actual thing that apparently happened is, chat, I got a picture for you. I don't know if you're ready for this, but I found a picture of that.
God. Why would you do? Are you gonna really do it to chat?
I will do this to chat, because you're not ready to what Furiosa apparently did to Dementis. So you remember the little peach thingy seed she had, Chad? So she did plant that in a peculiar way, I should say. They did this. He's still alive, by the way. So she planted the thing, kept him alive until that thing grew. And yeah, that's what she did, apparently. The way they presented, this is what she did to him. He's just thriving in pain there, and becomes a tree. And she even grabs a fruit there, so now they have human fruit, human-powered fruits. Not that it does anything, but
by the way, ironically, I think people have done this before, and I think the fruit tastes bad. I think that's like a real thing, because
So, I'm having a lot of trouble with him being alive through what
Why?
is presumably.
Why would you be?
years?
Why? I don't know what you mean.
What? I don't know. Keeping him alive just to do that? I don't know. That seems like a lot of time and energy to waste.
Yep.
A lot of food to waste.
Yeah, I don't.
So yeah, that's what she did.
Eat his own seed. I don't know.
I don't think you can sustain yourself off that.
The tree of Nud. Who's even narrating the movie? I don't fucking know. That's just random.
Oh, it's the historian guy, I guess.
Oh, is it? Fine, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, that's what she did, and then the movie ends with her getting the mothers into the rig to start Fury Road. And then during the credits, you just get the Fury Road movie in little tidbits, and you get all the things. And that's the movie. That's Furiosa. Yay. I'll never watch this ever again. I don't think.
I will watch clips on YouTube of the action scenes.
Yeah, so
I think I could see myself watching it again if I like decide to go through all the Mad Max movies again in a few years.
I mean, maybe, yeah. I mean, the rig things are fun.
It's enjoyable enough that I don't think I would skip it on a Mad Max marathon any more than I would skip Thunderdome, you know? Like,
right.
I mean, both of those have serious problems and they're not great movies, but also they're kind of fun at times. So, you know, it's kind of worth watching still, I'd say.
Yeah, it's watchable. It's definitely watchable. That's why I say it's kind of like the parts with. Go ahead.
It's nothing crazy special. Like, it's not going to blow you away. If you're thinking this is going to be like the ultimate action movie ever made, that is, you're going in with unrealistic expectations. They're not significantly upping the ante from Fury Road.
No.
If anything, they're using more CGI.
Yeah. I don't know. It's the action scenes are pretty fun for the most part. As I said, there's a lot of screens and CGI that kind of sticks out like crazy. Kind of loses a bit of the charm of having all the physical props and stuff. So that's a bit lame. But yeah, I don't know. The way the movie is, it doesn't help them in the long run in the cinema either. I don't think this is gonna break even. I'd be very surprised. Maybe it gets like a big boost now. What did you say? You have like some holiday going on right now.
It's Memorial Day.
Memorial Day, so yeah. So maybe there's a little bit of a boost, but I mean, I don't really see anyone praising this movie to hell and back. Really, as I said earlier, like I saw people on Twitter like, this has some amazing things in it, but also not so amazing things. So I feel like most people think this is like a mixed bag, and it's probably not going to have a good word of mouth because of that. It's just going to be like, yeah, it's a movie you can watch when it's on digital, I guess.
I don't think it's going to age well.
No, I don't think so.
I think Fury Road has aged pretty well, effects wise.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, it's because it looks incredible and it's mostly real shit.
Yeah, it's
real.
And their commercials will forever look great. They just need to be updated in resolution.
Yeah. But hey, IGN thinks this is a 10 out of 10, so you better everyone go watch it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
IGN gave this a 10?
It was a 10 out of 10. I think it was IGN.
Oh my god. IGN, okay, guys, it's not a 10. That's going in with very high expectations for a pretty, like, okay movie.
Mad Max, IGN, Mad Max Furiosa, 10 out of 10.
Jesus.
No. Oh.
George Miller's Furiosa, Mad Max Saga weaves a hero's journey of epic proportions, ushering in a powerful reflection on what it means to live and love in a dying world.
Is it a hero's journey? It seems more like a revenge story. I don't.
Well, yeah, it's not a hero's journey.
Not really.
Like, I mean, she doesn't really get to the promised land. I guess like the idea is maybe she does in
the child.
Fury Road. Oh well, I mean she doesn't though. She has the like it's destroyed. She needs to come back. So I don't know. I'm not. I think it's more of a straight up revenge story than like a hero's tale kind of deal.
Yeah, it's a revenge story.
Yeah.
I don't. How is it not a revenge story? I don't. She's getting revenge on Dementis.
Hey, critically cheap.
Even if it takes like half a decade.
Are we talking about how bad Fury Road was? We already did that in the beginning.
Yeah.
We already ranted about that movie. That movie.
I think if anything, we're kind of touching on some of the ways Furiosa causes more problems for Fury Road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my god. Unbelievable. I don't know how they did. Just retire, George Miller. You're 80 years old. Get that rest.
It's time to stop.
Yeah.
Oh man. So.
Go hang out with Kojima some more. I don't.
So. Well, that's that. So I was
Play
thinking.
the game.
Sorry.
Play the game. It's $20 on Steam.
Yeah, I think it's on sale a lot of times. I've seen it on sale lots of times. But yeah, who would win, Mad Max or Karen from the Karen movie? Answer, or I'll keep asking.
I've never seen the Karen movie, so I don't know what are her abilities.
I mean, I think Mad Max is still gonna win. She's gonna shoot her. She doesn't have any crazy powers. She's just insane.
Kirby got pretty far yesterday. That's all I'm saying.
Not Kirby, Karen.
Kirby's a god. That's a different.
No, I'm saying that like if I don't know Karen's powers, I'm gonna be very reluctant to just say she's gonna lose for sure.
Fucking Goku. Mad Max was Unicron. I think Unicron just wins by default. I think they didn't even kill
Superman versus Goku. We did the meme.
If I understand that correctly, yesterday the Transformers didn't even beat Unicron. They just put him to sleep so he can resurrect somewhere else or something. I don't know.
I think that would still count as a win.
Oh yeah, I know. I was just that's just like in the lore.
On continuity, okay? I don't.
Given the circumstances, you got to figure: is anyone going to be able to figure out? Because you have no other access to like other Transformers to talk to.
Listen, if you go with the original 80s series, it's not an issue, okay? He's just dead. Optimus kills him. It's fine. It's when they decide to make other Transformer media and then say Dark Energon exists because of Unicron now, because he's both alive and dead at the same time, blah, 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 blah.
Of course he is.
The whole thing.
Why didn't I think of that?
Well, because the thing is, the first step of it was, he's not he's not like a dimension hopper. It's just his consciousness connects to all of the Unicrons and all of the universes. So when one of them died, it caused a chain reaction across all of them to make them alive and dead at the same time. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, let's not talk about this because I'm getting a headache already.
It's why Unicron and Kirby were almost game breaking. Kirby not as much, but we had to disqualify Bugs Bunny because he was too powerful.
Yeah, we got to get meat.
He plays by cartoon rules, and it's just so he can't be killed. Like no one's getting Bugs because he's always going to joke his way out of it somehow.
Well, that's when you have to get the judge from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Luffy was robbed. Well, it would have been interesting how far Luffy would have gone if he would have gone with like the anime Luffy.
Because Luffy was entered in the middleweight category, so he was capped at Netflix live action Luffy season 1.
Yeah.
Because that's what like everyone on the panel had seen, or the majority of people had seen that, and I don't think. I mean, it was, I guess, ER and maybe Theo had seen more of One Piece, but even then, I don't think either of them are caught up.
Oh, I've seen probably more of One Piece, but that's also like years old information. So, oh well.
I heard a lot about Gear 5 in that chat. Apparently, that's something pretty special that Luffy does.
Well, he's like a reincarnation of some god thingy. So he bends like reality around him to be like a cartoon and makes like cartoon noises. It's like a whole thing. I checked it out and I was like, what the fuck happened in One Piece? Jesus Christ. He was like Stretchy Man when I last watched and could use haki and be hard or something and get bigger, and now he's like a god. I was like, what is happening?
Went the Paul Atreides route.
Power creep, woo. Joy Boy, yeah, that's the name. Something like that.
We must become the space worm.
Oh well, that was Furiosa. I don't know. Watch it on digital or something. I wouldn't recommend it to go into the cinema for it.
Popcorn action movie. Like, don't go in expecting a whole lot, but you will probably be pretty entertained.
A home popcorn action.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I don't know. I think if you're dying for plans, and it's like, if only there were any movies to go watch. You could do worse than this for a theater.
Oh,
experience.
for sure.
Like the action scenes are pretty decent, and like it's not like going to see, I don't know, like episode of IT Crowd in the theaters. Like you're not really adding a whole lot because of that, or Smiling Friends or something.
This part of the conversation was way more enjoyable than the movie breakdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we tried to just go through the movie to see if we'd learn anything new about our perspectives on it. I'm at pretty much the same place I was. I think it's like it's your 5 out of 10, but a worth watching 5 out of 10. Not you should probably skip it though. I don't think I'd call it a 6.
Wow.
I'd feel dirty for giving it a 5. I think the highest I could go is a 4.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was fun enough that I think it's a neutral movie.
I refuse to give it a number. I don't want to.
Oh, okay.
Numbers, what do they mean?
I mean, I try to use 5 as the middle of the scale. Not everyone does, though.
Well, I mean, obviously. I just don't think it's middle of the scale. It's got too many issues.
It literally is, though.
No, I meant the movie in totality.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant 5.
No, 5 is 5.
You'd be amazed. There are a lot of people who don't think 5 is the middle of a rating scale.
And
they think it's
stupid.
like...
Yeah, IGN thinks 7 is the middle.
And you know what? They're stupid, alright?
Dude, I fucking hate these numbers. It's like, you only gave it a 7. It's like, 7 is like a good game or movie. Just shut up.
7 is like a Halo game.
Well, I know, because IGN has been inflating their ratings for, like, I mean, well, like, video game journalism in general has been inflating their ratings for the last, like, 20 years. They've made it so that if anything gets a 6, it's like code for, yeah, you don't need to play this game. And it's trained a lot of the audience to view that way. And a lot of the more casual audience that will just go to IGN for a review and not look up anything else. And generally, they're not reading the review. They're just looking at the number.
What's the number? Oh, it's a good number. I'm going to buy game.
And then reading the bullet points of the pluses and minuses at the bottom, and then they take off. So it's like, well, I mean, I don't know. Like, is that even worth it?
No.
I mean, people like it, so yeah, sure, it can exist. But I don't know. I think, can we not shoot for more games media?
No.
You don't have to go full long, Ben, but you know.
Depends how much you're going to pay me.
Oh.
How much you... I'm sorry. Bribe me is what I meant. Because that's what it's a whole thing. Oh.
Let's see. Okay. Quick, some super chats here.
Speaking of bribes.
We got what? Speaking of bribes.
Oh,
speaking of bribes, super chats.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that was actually a good one. Yeah, I didn't connect those immediately. We got 5 buckaroos by that nobody guy. The Mad Max game is rad. The combat is satisfying. It's basically an Arkham-style copy. Looks great. Driving is great. And side stuff isn't too grindy. Yeah, I've heard good things. Need to
I heard
check
it's pretty
it out.
comparable to Shadow of Mordor. Like, it's like they made a Lord of the Rings one and a Mad Max one.
Yeah. And then we got 10 gifted memberships by GB. Thank you very much. And also 8 months of Critical Chibi as well. Overall, would y'all recommend Furiosa over Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes for theater experience? I don't think anyone here has seen that.
I haven't seen it.
Planet of the Apes movie, so I couldn't tell you.
I'm not gonna watch that.
I haven't seen a single.
I
haven't seen a single Planet of the Apes movie, so I have no clue about these movies.
But I wasn't gonna spend the money to go see it unless you wanted to do it for the Forge. So I don't know. I'll catch that one on streaming. X-Ray Girl thought it was okay.
I gotta watch the first 3 first, so I could see the story and how James Franco destroyed the world.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of does. It's not entirely his fault, but without him, it wouldn't have happened.
No, it's all his fault. It is 100%. It's so weird to think about too. It's like, why did James Franco destroy the world? He wanted to kill Alzheimer's, and instead it made super monkeys.
Well, I mean, like if you gotta explain how both humanity basically regresses to a non-verbal caveman essentially, and apes become verbal, intelligent beings, then I don't know. Something related to brain research makes a bit of sense, I suppose.
One more.
I mean, it would be weird if it was just like a 28 days later type virus, but instead of making everything crazy, it makes everything smart. You know?
It's just funny to think about. You're trying to make the cure for something, and instead you make one of the deadliest things known to man. If not, well, technically it is the deadliest thing.
I mean, well, because you got one of the main mechanisms by which you can spread a cure or a medication is by having a virus like means of transmission. So it's not a harmful virus, but it delivers the cells or the molecules or whatever of the medication to where they need to be. The thing is, though, if they are wait, hold on. So what was the point I was going to make? Shit, this is too complicated. I fucked myself up.
Well.
Someone else talk.
Go back to the bribes. The bribes.
Oh. Well.
Oh yeah, okay. The idea is to have the virus not be harmful, but if they don't test it properly and don't engineer it properly, then it can end up being incredibly deadly.
Well.
But I'm saying that using viruses as a transmission mechanisms is not abnormal. Like that is something that happens.
Well, while you were talking, there were 3 more super chats that flew in, so I'm going to read those now.
Yay.
$5 by Bowling Ninja, thank you. James is super gay, but the cool kind, so yay.
Yay.
What is your favorite episode of EFAB? I really like the Gollum episode we did. That was like a really fun one to do after we played the game. I really enjoyed that.
No offense, but John Graham.
John's on a bunch of episodes.
Yeah, I know. The very first one when they basically did the interview with him, that's my favorite.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is really old now.
That's fun. Also, I mean, in a weird way, I like the Synthetic Boy episode because of what a wild fucking ride that was.
That was crazy.
Oh, and drunk gaming, which there needs to be more of. Those are fun.
Yeah. But yeah, and also, have you all watched Parasite the Maxim? I have not, no.
Yes. I watched it a long time ago. I need to watch it again. Because I remember the last episode being not so good, but the rest of the series is good. So it's only 1 season, which is nice. 24 episodes.
I see.
So that's probably one I would recommend.
Cool. Only heard about it, never watched it. Maybe one day.
Yeah, Eastern Promises is good. It's also Cronenberg.
Another $5 by that nobody guy. Thank you. Loved your history of the violence discussion. Well, thank you. Glad you enjoyed it. It was a fun one to do. It was a cool movie to check out.
Sorry, I guess that's the one I just read.
I guess so. Yeah.
That's why
are you
I was
going to do?
responding to that? Sorry.
Are you gonna?
Wow.
Are you gonna do Eastern Promises? It's another good Vigo flick. Well, I guess you said you did, so. But yeah, maybe. I mean, I like those random episodes where you do old stuff that I haven't seen before. I think it's super cool.
Yeah, Eastern Promises. The same 2 people made together right after History of Violence, and
okay, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We got $5 by Rolando Ramirez. Thank you very much. Moist and ass? When you mean heels versus babyface ass? Because it says AS there, but I guess that's what you mean.
Yeah, some editing errors happen. It's okay.
No, I was just wondering. Too excited about this movie. I mean, I don't really check out Moist stuff, and actually I haven't seen what Ass has said about the movie. So interesting. It just seems like the action carried the movie for him, and he says Fury Road is a masterpiece. No, I wouldn't go that far. I like Fury Road, but it's not great.
Is a bit much.
Unless you only mean Moist, because you only talk about one person. I don't know. Maybe I think it's just a typo. So it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm just easily confused. I don't even speak English. Let's see. $5 by Jose Gonzalez. Thank you. Watch Waterworld, you flames. I want to see you recycle your pee like a true gamer. I want to recycle my pee. I feel like I've seen Waterworld like when I was a little boy child, and I probably didn't even understand that movie. So
do not give up your water, not even for the dead.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind rewatching that. I'd probably just say watching that because I don't really remember anything about that. Oh, the word was. Was too excited about this movie. Okay. I got you. Thank you. James with the 20 months. Gay.
What was he responding
Gay.
to?
Nothing. I got nothing. I just put it.
He's calling us gay.
There you go.
This pretty gay dude. You got $2 by Slumpy. Wishlist the Orc 40k Mario Kart game yet? I haven't even heard about that. What the hell?
Do you mean Speed Freaks? Because that's more like Twisted Metal. It's good. It's free too, at least right now, on Steam.
Speed
Warhammer
Freaks?
40k Speed Freaks. Yeah, pretty sure that's what it's called.
No trailer. Shut up. I mean, one way or another, I don't know anything about that one, but.
I mean, if it's a Mario Kart game, it might be a different one. Like, I mean, because I'm not sure about that, but I have played Speed Freaks, and I do enjoy it.
Warhammer 40 Speed Freaks open beta. Oh, you can request access to the open beta. Apparently, I see.
Yeah, I think I just installed it and it worked. Like, I don't think I had to do anything to request it.
Well, aren't you fancy?
No, I think I don't have any special. I'm saying you could probably do it too if you want to play it. You like Twisted Metal.
Stop playing the thing automatically.
This looks silly as hell.
That's what I live for.
No, I meant my Steam. It just kept playing the trailer again and again.
Yeah, I know it was probably that. I just thought that would be a funny thing to say.
When will Mark stream Mario Kart 8? You can watch Fringy play Mario Kart 8. That's all he does.
No.
Yeah, it's I streaming Mario Kart with Geeks and Gamers made me just like totally lose my passion for Mario Kart.
No.
It was so irritating every single week, and I did it for a while, and now I don't think I can play that game again.
I don't know how.
I think the real test will be when a new one comes out, because it's like, wait, am I so done on Mario Kart that I won't even play the new one?
Oh boy.
Because it's fun. Like, it's not a bad game.
Yeah.
I got really sick of playing people who were using like min-max loadouts and knew every single shortcut on 200cc. It was not fun.
Fringy hasn't streamed Paper Mario yet. I knew it. Fringy can't help but play Kart 8. A slave to his vices.
Dude, I cannot stand watching Friggy streams. All he does is fucking play Mario Kart. It makes me want to die. I'm like, this is what a Zoomer feels like. I have to sit here and watch, what is it? Subway Surfers while doing something else. That's what his streams feel like. But he's talking about like philosophy or some shit. I'm like, I can't watch it. I can't do it. You need to play something else, Fringy. Plays 5 games in his fucking life.
We just need to bully him for like 3 years, and then he plays another game, like Soma. That was good.
Yeah, get him to play the bunker. Maybe he'll like the bunker. I don't know.
Maybe.
The bunker's it's pretty far away from Mario Kart tone wise.
Just tell him it has like a mine card in it. It's like, ooh, card.
I mean, I guess it kind of does. You don't really get to use it, but
tell him you can let a German die. I don't know.
Ooh.
No.
If that doesn't get him, I don't know what else will. But anyway, that's all the super chats. Thank you very much for those. Very much appreciated. And thank you, James, for joining us. It was fun.
Yeah, I did it, guys. I ruined metal. I'm getting him to like the things I like.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Prey is the next one on the docket list that you forced me to play.
Yeah.
It's not like I want to play it anyway. Shut up.
After 20 years of me beating you over the head with it. And then as soon as I move on to another game, I'm going to play it now.
But yeah, for next week, I think we're going to do some cringe. I already told Mark yesterday on the EFAP.
I hate you.
I want to talk about Atlas. I think that movie looks fucking hilarious and cringe.
I've not watched it yet, and I'm
me neither. But from what I've seen, I had a good chuckle. So I think it could be either it's going to be really annoying and cringe, or it's going to be really fun and memeable. I need to see who I can annoy to join us.
I did laugh my ass off at the editing in the trailer when they cut the line of her saying, "You need me for this mission," with her panicking and saying, I don't know what to do. I was just like, did they do that on purpose? Or was that just, they were like, oh, then cut to an action scene, and that just happened to be the one they picked.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff.
Wind Waker sucks anyway. I'll still play Wind Waker. That's the next thing I'm gonna finish, and then we go into play
No.
Prey. That's the plan. I could,
This movie.
if you don't stop, I'm
What
gonna
is this?
start over and play it on the GameCube I just got.
No.
I actually can't. I
Wait,
don't have a memory
wait.
card yet.
Wait, Jennifer Lopez is in this movie?
That
Yeah.
she's the main protagonist in the movie.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's a Jennifer Lopez Simu Liu epic.
You mean? Oh, sorry. I mean the shit cube. My bad. Yeah.
Wait, he's in it too? No.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's the AI that she interacts with.
I'm pretty sure Jay Longbond already watched the movie. I don't think she has
Mark
any.
Strong is in the movie?
I don't think she has any excuse not to join us this time.
Sterling K. Brown is in it? No.
Sometimes people need paychecks. Okay?
Yeah.
Why are all these actors? Oh.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be funny.
I mean, I think a lot of decent actors will sometimes do agree with that because they're like, "Oh, fucking, no one's gonna watch this."
Mhm.
2 days of work. Why not?
Yeah. Anyway, that's the plan. In any case, you guys got anything you want to promote, talk about, stuff? You gonna do anything fun? I mean, maybe Mark's. What's going on?
I'm probably gonna stream some Ghost of Tsushima later and do the DLC for it, and then yeah, we'll probably be moving it on to something else after that.
Cool.
But yeah, and X-Ray Girl is going away for a very long time, for like 5 weeks, so I'm gonna be totally alone.
Whoa.
So if I'm streaming more often than normal, that's why. And if I'm streaming less often than normal, it means I'm probably trying to work on a video or something.
Nice.
So yeah, I'll be on Metal's Forge though for sure.
Yay. James, when's your next movie coming out?
Fuck. I don't know. Maybe if Metal likes Prey enough, we could do a forge on that and see if I can make or break them with the ending. Because
Who
that
knows?
is gonna be the contention.
Interesting.
So I am a staunch defender of it. Oh yeah, Rax probably is gonna want that.
Hmm.
Maybe you can bully Mahler into playing it and skipping other games again.
I'll try to bully Mola to watch things all the time, and then he just, I can't join. I had to make a video.
Well, I know people already got mad at him because Mahler was like, "Oh, I'm gonna play one Arkham game after." No, it was he was gonna play Hades after Suicide Squad, and I'm like, "No, play Arkham. So it's your cope game, so you feel better." And then he started playing City, and I'm like, "Well, there goes Hades."
No, he's still playing Stellar Blade, as Grum points out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he's still.
I think he hasn't played since his last stream. I'm pretty sure. So yeah.
When was that? Like 2 weeks ago, 3?
Yeah. Oh well. In any case, we're out of here. I'm gonna chill out and maybe try to catch up on some sleep. Let's see if my body allows it, or if it's gonna be like, no. Anyway. Yeah. Thank you all for joining. Thanks for the super chats, memberships. Appreciate it, and we shall see you next week.
Bye bye, everybody. Thank you.
Goodbye.